Hello students, so let's discuss the 28th Jan morning session physics questions. So the question first that I have here is having three long infinite long wire which are parallel kept in a plane. They are asking to find the force on 15 centimeter length of the middle wire. So you can see in the diagram given with the question, we have three long wires. The middle wire is carrying current of 1 ampere and the end two wires are carrying current 3 ampere and 2 ampere. The distances between wires is also given. I need to find the force on 15 centimeter length of the middle wire. You must be knowing that the force experienced per centimeter length of per meter length of a wire force, just a minute. The force experienced per unit length of the wire is given by the formula mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi and 2 into distance between the wire. There should not be pi, distance between the wire. There should be a pi and the distance between the wire, let's say that is d. This force is per unit length. You have to multiply length L of the wire in this. So for the force between the first two wire, let me draw the diagram here so that it is visible. In yellow color it will be visible on this background. So these two wires are carrying current in opposite direction. So there will be a repulsion current between them. Let's call that force to be F1. But the other wire having 2 ampere current is having current in the same direction as 1 ampere wire. So there should be attractive force between them. Hence I need to add up these forces. So if I use this relation and add up the forces, I will take this mu naught by 2 pi expression common. Let us multiply 2 and divide by 2. I1 is the current in the middle wire. I am taking that as common. In an L length of the wire, I am going to write that outside here. And the current in the first wire, which is on the leftmost side, is 3 ampere. That is at 3 centimeter distance. The forces are added, that's why I am putting a plus sign in between. And there is a 2 ampere current in the rightmost wire, and it is at 2 centimeter distance. Just put the value of centimeter 10 power minus 10 meter, we can substitute L, we can put as 15 centimeter. So value of this expression 2 mu naught by 4 pi I am going to write as 10 power minus 7. Current in the middle wire is 1 ampere. This will be 3 by 3 plus 2 by 2. Centimeter I am taking common. So 15 centimeter by centimeter, this will get away. This will get cancelled. If you solve this expression, then after solving here, we are getting 6 micronewton. So the answer of this question is 6 micronewton. Let's go to the next question. The next question is the easier one. They are asking to find out the refractive index of the medium in which the electric field component wave equation is given to us. We know that the coefficient of t and coefficient of x in the wave equation can be used to calculate the wave velocity of this wave. So the wave velocity of this wave is going to be coefficient of t, which is 2 into 10 power 15 divided by coefficient of x, which is 10 power 7. So if you solve, this is 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. The wave velocity in free space is given by c, and that is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So refractive index of medium, which is given by v, c by v, you can just substitute this value 3 into 10 power 8 by 2 into 10 power 8. So the answer should be 3 by 2. Hence the correct answer of this question is option first. Let's go to next question. Next question is from magnetic effect of current. There is a circular coil whose center's magnetic field is given to you because of the current in the coil. They are asking the magnetic field at some distance from the coil. That distance is root 3r along the axis of the ring, along the axis of the coil. So this is a coil. At the center point, let's say that center point is C. I know the magnetic field at point C. I need to calculate magnetic field at point P. The distance along the axis is also given to us. So this is again a just formula based question. We know the magnetic field at the center of the coil is given by mu naught I by 2r. Value of radius of the coil is not given, but we don't need it. And the magnetic field at the point P is going to be mu naught by 4 pi into 2 magnetic moment of the coil, which is I into 2 pi r square divided by r square plus distance along the axis root 3 r whole square power 3 by 2. So we can see in this expression, this 2 will get cancelled, and there is a pi in numerator which is getting cancelled. So mu naught by 2 I, pi is getting cancelled, so there is a numerator r square, and in denominator if we solve, so this is getting 2, that is 2 cube, that is 8 r cube. So we can see this is nothing but 1/8 of mu naught I by 2r. Mu naught I by 2r is the magnetic field at the center of the coil, which is given in the question as 16 micronewton. So 1/8 of 16 micro Tesla. So this is going to be 2 micro Tesla, and the best possible answer is the fourth option. Let's go to the next question. In this question, we need to find the ratio of de Broglie wavelength of neutron, which has energy E, and alpha particle, which have energy 2E. So as we are observing in other shifts also, they are asking a lot of ratio kind of questions. So this is similar question. The ratio of de Broglie wavelength, if we want to find out, we need to see what is the difference in this charged particle. So their energies and their mass will be different. We know de Broglie wavelength is given by root over h by 2m ke. H by p can be written, momentum can be written as root 2m kinetic energy. So lambda of neutron divided by lambda of alpha particle. If we see the mass of neutron and mass and energy of alpha particle, these things are different. So if I see neutron mass is going to be 2 times mass of this is, I think in this question there was deuteron. Let us see if deuteron is given, then what will be the answer. So mass of neutron I am going to assume as m, and the kinetic energy is E. Alpha particles mass is going to be 4 times mass of neutron, and kinetic energy in the question is given as 2E. In the formula there is a 2 in the both the expressions, so that 2 is getting cancelled here. So if I see this expression is root of 8. Root of 8 is going to be 2 root 2. So the correct answer of this question will be 2 root 2. But I think that they should have asked deuteron here. If they are giving deuteron, then we can just take the mass as 2m in the denominator. Then the answer of deuteron lambda to alpha particle lambda will be 2. That is more logical because it should be an integer type question. Thank you. Hello students. So let's discuss some more questions of physics of 20th Gen morning session. So the first question that we have here is similar to the terminal velocity kind of situation where you drop an object in a viscous liquid. So the question is asking us to find the velocity versus time graph when an object is dropped from a height, and additional to gravity there is a drag force also acting, which is given by minus kV. So you must have seen this kind of situation in the case when a heavy object is dropped in a viscous liquid. Then because of viscosity of the liquid, there is a drag force which is 6 pi eta RVx. So this drag force is same, it is just proportional to velocity and negative in sign, just like Stokes formula. So the correct answer of this question, by our knowledge, we can directly say the correct answer of this question should be option 2. And if you want, you can calculate the equation of velocity versus time also by simple kinematics equation. The acceleration of particle should be given by gravity minus force, which is k by force by mass, which is going to be minus k by mv. This acceleration you can write as dv by dt, and if you integrate this expression, you can get velocity in this expression v naught 1 minus e to the power minus t by some expression tau. Just integrate this expression and you will get this kind of velocity expression. So you can do it on yourself, or you can just by your knowledge of viscosity you can directly say the option is 2 is correct. Let's go to the next question. The next question is again a very easy question. It is from AC current, alternating current. The question is asking you to find out RMS current from 0 to t time for a current given by I naught t by tau, t by capital T. So current is given by I equal to I naught small t by capital T. If you see the graph of this current versus time, then this current should be linearly increasing up to a time of capital T. So if you know directly that for triangular waveform, the RMS current is given by peak value by root 3. So by directly that knowledge, you can say the correct answer should be option 4. If you want, you can derive the RMS current from basics as well. IRMS is given by square of IRMS is integration of given current square dt from 0 to the time interval given divided by t. So I am taking average of the square of current and then I am finding root of that. So if you just put the value of the current given to you, which is I naught square I am taking outside, capital T square also I am taking outside. Inside the integration you will have small t square dt, and integration limits is from 0 to capital T. So this is going to be I naught square by t cube. Inside you will get t cube by 3. So finally this is I naught square by small 3 by 3. If you take the root, then IRMS should be given by I naught by root 3. So as I stated earlier, the correct answer is answer number 4. Let's go to the next question. Next question is again also very easy question from simple harmonic motion. The question is saying that there is a particle whose displacement x is given by a sin omega t, which is nothing but the displacement equation in simple harmonic motion. The potential energy is minimum at time small t equal to capital T by 2 beta, where t is time period. Find the minimum positive value of beta. So they are asking you to find out the time when the potential energy is minimum. The particle, you can observe, it is starting from mean position. The equation given to us, x is equal to a sine omega t at t0, x is 0. That means particle starts from origin. So if you see the position versus time graph, the graph should look like this. We know in simple harmonic motion that potential energy is just function of position. When position is 0, the potential energy is minimum. So potential energy is going to be minimum again when the particle reaches the mean position. That will happen at minimum time of t by 2, time period by 2. So to get this t by 2 beta as t by 2, I should get beta minimum as 1. So the best possible answer of this question is option 2, 1. Let's go to the next question. The next question is again an easy question from Newton laws of motion. Here we have a 50 kilogram block on an inclined plane which is rough. The velocity of the block is also pointed downward as shown in the diagram. The question is asking you find external force F needed so that block is going down with constant velocity. So first of all, you should think why we need to apply a downward force to keep the block going downward with constant velocity. So if we see the forces on the block and resolve them, there will be a downward force. Let me show the diagram here. Downward force will be mg sine 30 degree. If you put the mass of block 50 kg G10, this is going to 500 sine 30, that is 250 Newton. And if you see the friction force acting on the block, it will be mu into n. Normal here will be going to be mg cos of theta, cos of 30 degree. Mu is also given as root 3 by 2 into mg, which is 500 into cos 30 root 3 by 2. So this is 3 by 4 of 500. That means this is 3 by 2 times of 250. So you can see the friction force is more. So the upward friction force is more. So definitely block will feel a resistance in going down. That's why you have to apply a downward pushing force to push the block downward. That downward pushing force should be nothing but difference of these two forces, 3 by 2 into 250 minus 250. You can calculate this is half of 250, that means 125 Newton. So let's go to next question. The next question is again a simple question from electrostatics. We need to find the work done in bringing a 3 nanocoulomb charge from infinity to a point A as shown in the diagram. If you look at the point A is a corner of an equilateral triangle whose other two vertices B and C also having charges 3 nanocoulomb and 1 nanocoulomb charges. So the potential at point A into the charge that you are bringing, this should be the work done by you. The charge that you are bringing is 3 nanocoulomb, 10 power minus 9 coulomb, and potential at point A can be written as K is going to be common, K Q by R 3 centimeter, it is common. So I am taking R common into the distance, into the 1 by R distance. R already is common into charge. The charge is 3 nanocoulomb and the other charge is 1 nanocoulomb. If you just put the values of all this expression and solve, then we are getting the answer is 36 into 10 power minus 7 joule. So I am leaving the calculation for you. You can just do the simple calculations. Thank you.
Now moving to chemistry.
Hello students, I am Rishabh sir, Senior Chemistry Faculty, and today we are going to discuss 28 January Shift 1 JEE Mains paper. So let's start with the first question. The first question in front of us is based on practical organic chemistry. The question says, in Carey's method of estimation of bromine, 1.53 gram of an organic compound gave 1 gram AgBr. The percentage of bromine in organic compound is. So this type of question we have seen in the previous shifts also. So in this, what we have to do is we have to apply POAC, that is principle of atom conservation for bromine. So if we apply principle of atom conservation, what we can do is they have given that weight of AgBr which is obtained is 1 gram. So we can find moles of AgBr. So if weight of AgBr is 1, its mole will be 1 divided by molar mass of AgBr. Molar mass of AgBr will be 188. So this is moles, and we know that 1 mole of AgBr will contain 1 mole of bromine. So 1 by 188 moles of AgBr will contain 1 by 188 moles of Br. Now if you know moles of Br, we can calculate weight of bromine. Weight of bromine will be moles of bromine into its molar mass. Molar mass of bromine is 80. So 1 by 188 into 80 is the weight of bromine. Now they are asking percentage of bromine. So percentage of bromine will be equal to weight of bromine upon weight of organic compound into 100. So we have calculated weight of bromine is 1 by 188 into 80 divided by weight of organic compound is given in the question, that is 1.53 multiplied by 100. So if you simplify this, we'll get it as 27.81%. So correct answer for this question is option 3. So this is an easy question, and if you consider the calculation, then we can rate it as moderate question because a little bit calculation is present in this question. So let's move to the next question. The next question is from periodicity chapter, and we can say it is a slightly direct question. The question says, in period 4 of the periodic table, which element have the highest and lowest covalent radii respectively? So we know that as we move from left to right, the covalent radii decreases. The reason for this decrease is the increase in the effective nuclear charge. So we know as we move from left to right, there is increase in the effective nuclear charge, because of which there is decrease in the covalent radii, which means the first group will have maximum covalent radii and group 17 will have minimum covalent radii. Why we are not considering group 18? Because they don't form covalent bonds. So alkali metals will have highest covalent radii, so group 4 will be potassium, and halogens will have lowest covalent radii, so period 4 will be bromine. So correct answer for this question is potassium and bromine. Period 4 alkali metal, that is group 1, is potassium. Period 4 group 17, that is halogen, is bromine. So correct answer for this question is potassium and bromine. So I will rate it as an easy question because at this point all of us remember the periodic table, and if you know the periodic table, which elements are present in group first and group 17 in period 4, you can easily solve this problem. Let's move to the next question. Next question is from organic chemistry, and I will rate it as a moderate question because multiple mechanisms are involved in this, and along with mechanism they have also used the purification method. So we have benzene. Benzene is treated with Br2 FeBr3. We know benzene with Br2 and FeBr3 is electrophilic substitution reaction. This FeBr3 is our Lewis acid. FeBr3 is a Lewis acid, and the role of Lewis acid is to generate electrophile. So the electrophile which will be generated in this case is Br positive, which means benzene, when treated with Br positive, then the product which will be obtained, that will be bromobenzene. This is first. Now this bromobenzene is treated with NaOH at 623 Kelvin and 300 atm pressure. This is ARSN2 reaction, aromatic bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. In this case, the nucleophile, which is OH minus, can attack on this carbon, and this Br minus will depart from here, which will lead to formation of phenoxide ion. This will lead to formation of phenoxide ion, and this phenoxide ion in presence of dilute HCl will be converted to phenol. This phenoxide ion in presence of dilute HCl will be converted to phenol. After this, it is treated with NO2 plus. We know NO2 plus is electrophile, so electrophile will attack at electron rich site, and this OH which is present on the benzene, this is electron donating group, or we can say it as ortho para directing group. This is ortho para directing group. Ortho para directing group means the electrophile will attack at ortho position and para position. So the product which will be obtained after treatment of phenol with NO2 plus will be orthonitrophenol, and will have para-nitrophenol. So one of them will be A and other one will be B. Now we know that para-nitrophenol will have intermolecular hydrogen bonding, because of which it is not steam volatile. But orthonitrophenol will be steam volatile, due to which they can be separated by steam distillation method. So correct answer for this question will be option 1. So this is a moderate level question because they are involving multiple concept and the purification method. Let's move to the next question. The next question is again from organic chemistry. Let's read the question. They have given 3 ions and they're asking what is the stability of ions in. So the ions which they have given are carbonates. So basically they're asking the stability of carbonates, and we can see that negative charge is present on the same atom, that is carbon. But the difference in all these 3 cases is the hybridization or the S character. More S character is present in third compound and least S character is present in first compound. So we can write the stability of anions is directly proportional to electronegativity of atom, which ultimately is proportional to S character. So we can say more S character, there will be more stability, and because of that 3 will be maximum stable, then it will be 2, then it will be 1. Now how can we check the S character? So we can say this carbon is having sp hybridization, which means 50% S character. This carbon is sp2 hybridized, which means it is having 33% S character, and this carbon is sp3 hybridized, which means 25% S character. So this question I will rate it as easy question because this is directly based on the stability of anion, which ultimately is proportional to electronegativity of the atom or the S character.
Let's see some other questions from mathematics.
Yeah, good morning students. Once again we are back with paper analysis. Today we are going to discuss the January 28 morning shift paper, and according to the feedback coming from the students at the exam center, max paper once again seems to be very tricky and lengthy as well. So here we have certain questions, so let us discuss few questions. In front of you we have a question from statistics, guys. Once again a repeated question. Now even if you have followed earlier paper analysis, one can easily solve this question. Okay, so again the fundamentals required are just basic definitions of what is mean, what is variance, and what is mean deviation about mean, median, and mode. Okay, so let us jump into solution of the first question. So first question is about 10 observations including A and B such that mean of the observation is 9. So sum of the observations, so mean sigma xi by 10 is given as 9. So now you can see the sum of the observation given here: 2 plus 3 plus 5, 10, 11, 13, 15, 21, and then A and B. Okay, by 10, which is given as 9. So guys, now you can find out the sum: 2 plus 3, 5, 10, 20, 31, 44, 59. 59 plus 29 is 80. So 80 plus A plus B by 10 is equal to 9. So from this you can easily find the value of A plus B. What is A plus B? 10. Now what is the formula for variance? Variance will be equal to sigma xi square, sum of squares of the observations divided by n minus mean. What is mean? Mean whole square is equal to 34.2, and from this I can find out sigma xi square plus 10 is equal to, guys, I'll also write this 342 by 10 plus 81, and from this, upon simplifying this one, this you have to basically find sigma x1 square, which is 2 square, 3 square, 5 square, so on, and sigma xi square, if you equate to this one, 810 810 plus 342, which is 2 342, which is 2 5 11 1152, and Now here we need to find what is sigma xi square. Now if you find here from the observations given on the slide, you can clearly observe a square. You have to do the calculation part. Okay, just square up and add. Now you're going to end up with an equation something like this: a square plus b square equal to 58. Yes, of course, the main point, the main critical point here is the calculation, guys. Okay, so you have to be very patient because this is an easier question, so you are not going to miss 4 marks in this question. So you have to be slightly patient with the calculation part. Okay, so a square plus b square equal to 58, and then we have a plus b is equal to 10. This implies a, again one of the value will be 3, then the other value will be 7. Now if you observe, what is he asking us to find? The mean deviation about median. So first of all we need to find median. So median of this data. So how do you find median of a data set? Okay, ungrouped data. So what you have to do is list out all the observations in either ascending order or descending order. So here, what are the elements given here? 2, 3. There is one more 3 here. A value is also 3. So I am going to list it out twice. 2, 3, 3, 5. And then there is going to be 7, 10, 11, 13, 15, 21. Okay, so we have 3, 6, 10 observations. Now whenever the number of observations is even, okay, so what will be the median? It will be the mean of this both. When the number of observation is odd, you can take the n plus 1 by 2 term as median. But here, since the number of terms in this series, in the observations here are even, so mean of this both, so median is equal to 17 by 2. Median is equal to 17 by 2. Now what is mean deviation formula? Mean deviation about median. Mean deviation about median. So once again, sigma xi observation minus median divided by n. So what is xi? Mod xi minus m. So 2 minus 17 by 2 plus 3 minus 17 by 2 plus 3 minus 17 by 2 plus, you have to list out all these things, 5 minus 17 by 2 plus 7 minus 17 by 2 plus 10 minus 17 by 2 plus 11 minus 17 by 2, 13 minus 17 by 2, and you have to calculate all this summation. As I told you, this is going to be a lengthy calculation, but since this has nothing to do with more logical thinking, no, one should take the advantage of this, spend enough time on such questions, get the final answer. 21 minus 17 by 2. So let me find the sum first of all. 4 minus 17 is 13 by 2 plus 6 minus 17 is 11. 11 plus 11, 22 by 2. So anyway, 2 is common everywhere, but I'll still write it. 10, 7 by 2 and 14, 3 by 2. 2 tens are 20 minus 17, 3 by 2. 22 minus 17, 5 by 2. 26 minus 17, 9 by 2 plus 13 by 2 plus 42 minus 17, which is 25. 25 by 2 whole divided by 10. So you have to add this up, everybody. You have to just add these observations. 13 plus 7, 20, 42, 45 and 48, 53, 62, 62 and 75, 100. 100 by 20, which is equal to 5. So answer of this one is 5. Once again, guys, this question is easy, definitely. You just have to remember certain formulas, but the critical point about this question is the calculation part, and as we already know, it is very difficult to hold on to the calculations which are lengthy, especially in that exam hall. So the one who is stable enough to continue doing calculations with accuracy can take 4 marks from this question, or else then you'll miss some number somewhere and you'll end up with a wrong answer or no answer as well. Okay, and we'll move on to the next question. Next question is about trigonometry and inverse trigonometry. Once again, good question I should say, but definitely it requires strong basics. Once again, calculation skills. Okay, let us jump into the solution of this question. Let the value of this one be k. So guys, I am going to take half cos inverse 2 by 3 as some theta, and the second part, if you observe sin inverse 2 by 3, by the identity we all know that sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 for all x belongs to -1 to 1. So here I can express half sin inverse 2 by 3 as pi by 2 minus theta. So I'm going to, and then this converts the equation k is equal to tan pi by 4 plus theta plus tan. So pi by 2, here what I have is 1 by 2 into sin inverse. What is sin inverse? Pi by 2 minus cos sin inverse cos inverse 2 by 3. Okay, and this is going to become tan pi by 4 plus theta plus tan pi by 4. See guys, this into this will once again become theta, so it will give us minus theta. So once again, basic trigonometric formula, tan a plus b plus tan a minus b. Tan a plus b is tan pi by 4, which is 1 plus tan theta by 1 minus tan theta plus 1 minus tan theta by 1 plus tan theta. So this is going to be, you have to just simplify this one, 1 plus tan theta whole square plus 1 minus tan theta whole square. By denominator lo, you're going to get 1 minus tan square theta. And this I can simplify further. So a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square, using such identities will further save our time. Even if it is matter of seconds, that will give you an advantage in other questions. Okay, so this will be 2 into 1 plus tan square theta by 1 minus tan square theta. Okay, once again guys, if you know what is 1 plus tan square, this is further going to save a lot of time for you. So this is nothing but 2 by cos 2 theta. This is nothing but cos. What is cos 2 theta formula? If you are able to recall, cos 2 theta, if you write it in terms of sine, tan 1 minus tan square by 1 plus tan square. Now people who are able to recall this very quickly can solve this question very less time. So what is cos 2 theta? I have something here. So guys, from this can I write cos 2 theta is equal to 2 by 3. Cos 2 theta is equal to 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 should be equal to 3. So the answer, yeah, this is the value of k. Fine, we got the value of k. Now he is asking number of solutions for sin inverse 3x minus 1 is equal to sin inverse x minus cos inverse x. Sin inverse x minus cos inverse x. Now guys, now on to your right, I can convert again, I can write cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 minus sin inverse x, and this is going to be sin inverse 3x minus 1 is equal to, and sin inverse x minus pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. So this is going to be sin inverse 3x minus 1 2 sin inverse x minus pi by 2. So I can just take out the minus here. Sin inverse 1 minus 3x can be written as pi by 2 minus 2 sin inverse x. So guys, I will just apply sin on both sides. Sin of sin inverse x. What is sin of sin inverse x? For all the values in the domain will be x. So this will be 1 minus 3x, which is equal to sin pi by 2 minus theta, or pi by 2 minus anything will be cos. So cos of 2 sine inverse x. Now if you put from here, if you take sine inverse x is equal to theta, so this becomes 1 minus 3 sine theta is equal to cos 2 theta. So 1 minus 3 sine theta is equal to cos 2 theta. What is cos 2 theta? 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Okay, 1 gets cancelled, minus minus cancel. Here clearly we're getting two solutions, sine theta equal to 0 or sine theta is equal to 3 by 2. Guys, this is not possible as sine theta can't be beyond 1. So sine theta equal to 0. What is sine theta from this one? X. This implies x is equal to 0 is the only solution. This is the only solution. Again, very good question, very standard, very good level question. If you see, you need to have the basics of trigonometry as well as inverse trigonometry, and the more formulas you are able to recall, then the less time you will take to solve this one. So it is going to save you a lot of time if you are very good with the formulas. Once again, so people who are not aware of basic trigonometric formulas, it is once again they are expecting you to learn all the basic trigonometric formulas, and those are sufficient enough to solve such questions. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. If alpha, beta are roots of quadratic equation, very good. The question is from quadratic equations, guys. And once again, on simple calculation or fundamentals, alpha, beta are roots. Then there is a lambda unknown here. It is given that alpha less than beta, such that 1 by alpha minus 1 by beta is equal to 1 by 3. Again, what is the concept involved here? Relationship between roots and coefficients of a quadratic equation. A very standard topic in, even if you consider in your, this is a question basically from your 11th 10th class as well. The quadratic equation syllabus which you have in your 10th is similar to the same thing which we have it in 11th or 12th for JEE preparation. So if you are okay with the formula which is involved in that particular subtopic, you can easily solve this question. So what is given here? Beta minus alpha by alpha beta is equal to 1 by 3. So from this equation, one can easily identify what is alpha plus beta, which is lambda plus 3 by lambda, and what is alpha beta, the product of the roots. The product of the roots is 3 by lambda. Now beta minus alpha is equal to alpha beta by 3. What is alpha beta? 3 by lambda into 3. 3 cancel out. So guys, we are getting beta minus alpha is equal to 1 by lambda. Now what you are going to do is just squaring on both sides, because we have relation between alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta, right? So beta minus alpha whole square is equal to 1 by lambda whole square. What is beta minus alpha whole square? Beta plus alpha whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Once again, the kind of formulas which all the teachers will ask you to repeatedly remember this type of formulas. Again, mains questions are again set on the same foundation. Okay, if you are able to recall it, you will definitely get answer. Beta plus alpha whole square is lambda plus 3 by lambda whole square minus 4 alpha beta is 12 by lambda. Now this is equal to 1 by lambda square. So now if you solve this one, so lambda square plus 6 lambda plus 9 minus 12 lambda. Lambda square in the denominator on both sides will get cancelled out, is equal to 1. This I can write it as lambda square minus 6 lambda plus 8 equal to 0. So we got the values of lambda which are 4 and 2. So sum of all possible values will be 6. 4 plus 2 6. Okay, once again guys, an easy question from quadratic equations is expecting you to learn the relationship between roots and coefficients. At the same time, few algebraic identities, a plus b whole square plus minus a minus b whole square is equal to 4ab. This is what he expected to learn before you solve this question. So again, you can see he is sticking to the basics, and the most important point for you is also to stick to the basics. We'll go to the next question, and next question is from probability. Okay, once again from conditional probability or Bayes theorem, one should say, Here guys, you can see if 3 balls are taken from the box without replacement and found all black. So the event has already occurred. What is it? B, B, B. All the balls, 3 balls are taken from a bag. All of them were black. Now if all configuration of red balls, black balls are equally likely, probability that box contained 1 red and 9 black balls. Okay, a very good question. This is from again Bayes theorem. So what you can do is, first of all, let us find what is the probability of getting all the balls black. So guys, from this one can identify, I think question also it should have been given 10 balls are there in the bag. Okay, so 1 red 9 black means there are 10 balls in the bag. Okay, now tell me, if you select 3 balls, what are the possibilities of getting all 3 of them black in different cases? Is what I can tell is, suppose if the bag contains all black plus all black in the sense 10 black balls, or 9 black balls 1 red plus 8 black balls 1 red and 8 black 2 red, 7 black 3 red, and so on, till, since already 3 balls are black, it means to say, we mean to say that there are 3 black ball and 7 red ball in last case, and there is no possibility of getting 2 black balls because we will not consider that case at all. Now tell me, what is the probability when all balls are black? What is the probability of getting 3 black balls, which is 10C3 by 10C3, which is 1 basically, plus what is this thing, 9C3, 9 black balls are there, you have to select 3 out of them favorable cases, by total 10C3 plus 8C3 and so on till 3C3 by 10C3. This is the probability of getting 3 black balls. Now what is the probability of getting 1 red, probability of getting 3 black balls from the bag which contains 1 red and 9 black. Okay, so this is the corresponding case, one such case. Now tell me, 1 red 9 black will be 9C3 by 10C3. So required probability is equal to 9C3 by 10C3 by 10C3 plus 9C3 plus 8C3 plus so on till 3C3 by 10C3, like this. Guys, once again, if you are able to recall one beautiful formula here, you could solve this in no matter of seconds. But again, if you have to calculate what is 10C3, 9C3, 8C3, then you're going to take time. So what is that property here? So 9C3, what is remaining here? 9C3, and from 3C3, 4C3, so on till 10C3. Okay, now you can clearly see there is a formula in binomial coefficient, NCR plus NCR minus 1 is n plus 1 CR. Very famous formula, which you might have, when during your practice you might have seen it very frequently. Even our GTMs and our PTMs also, in Narayana PTMs and GTM paper, you would see every day you will see a question on this particular formula. Okay, so directly from the notes you'll get this question. This summation is directly from your notes. Okay, again, people who learnt it with strong memory, and if you are able to recall it, you're going to take advantage of this. So 9C3 by, instead of writing 3C3, I will write it as 4C4 because both are anyway 1. 4C4, 4C3, so on till 10C3. Guys, 4C4 plus 4C3 is 5C4. And what do we have here? 5C3. Once again, 5C4 plus 5C3 will give us 6C4. And once again, I have 6C3. 6C3 plus 6C4 is equal to 7C4, and so on. It will end up by getting 9C3 by 11C4. Again, if you get hold of that formula, you can easily solve this question. Still, but in the worst case, okay, so you are at here, you could still take some time more than whatever you need and still get 4 marks in this question. Okay, either way, advice is to somehow get those 4 marks, when especially when you're trying to get those minimum marks in maths like 40, 45, 50. In that case, at least you have to expand what is 3c3, 4c3 and put there. Okay, so 9c3 is 9, 8, 7 by 6. 11c4 is 11, 10, 9, 8 by 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 2, 8, 3 and 3. So this is 9, 8, 7 by 6 into 11, 10, 3. So 3, 3 ones are 2, 2 and 4, 2, 5. So this is going to give us 14 by 55. So as these both are co-primes, what is he asking us to find is 14 by 55 is the probability. Now we need to find 55 plus 14, which is 69. So this should be the solution of this question from probability. Guys, once again, the question is from the topic conditional probability and Bayes theorem. Okay, so if you are able to, if you have solved at least 10 questions on practice from the handout, from the volumes which are given from Narayana and GTMs you solved, you could easily solve this question. Very fundamental question. Okay guys.
Now moving to chemistry. Now moving to chemistry. Now moving to chemistry. Let's move to physics.
Hello everyone.
Hello,
So
everyone.
these are a few more
So let's
questions
start with
from today's shift. So
Hello everyone. So let's start with another set of questions. So the first question in front of us is from kinetics, chemical kinetics. Question says, for a first order reaction, X gives Y plus Z. Time required for decomposition of 1/8 and 1/10 of its initial concentration is T1 by 8 and 1 by 10. The value of T1 by 8 upon T1 by 10 into 10 is equal to. So let's start with this question. So first of all, let's take a reaction which is given X gives Y plus Z. Let's say T is equal to, it is A naught. So at T1 by 8, they are saying that 1/8 of the reaction is decomposed. So left reactant will be 7 by 8 times A naught. We have another same reaction, X gives Y plus Z. In this also T is equal to 0, concentration is A naught. And at time T is equal to 1 by 10, they are saying 1/10 of reaction is, or 1/10 of the reactant is decomposed. So left reactant will be 9 by 10 times A naught. So this we have got the concentration initial and the concentration at time t. Now we know for first order reaction, the formula is log of A naught upon AT is equal to KT upon 2.303, where A naught is initial concentration and AT is the concentration which is left after time t. So if we substitute this data, so we can write log of A naught upon, for the first case it will be 7 by 8, AT will be equal to 7 by 8 A naught, that is equal to K into T 1 by 8 upon 2.303. So if you simplify this, A naught will be cancelled out. It will become log of 8 by 7. That is equal to K into T1 by 8 upon 2.303. Let's say this is first equation. If we use second information, log of A naught upon, for second reaction they have said that at time T1 by 10, 9 by 10 A naught is left. So we can write log of A naught upon 9 by 10 times A naught. This is 80 is equal to K into T 1 by 10 upon 2.303. So if we simplify this, it will become log of 10 by 9 is equal to K into T1 by 10 upon 2.303. This is our equation 2. Now if we do 1 upon 2, if we do 1 upon 2, we'll get log of 8 by 7 upon log of 10 by 9 is equal to, this k will be cancelled out, 2.303 will be cancelled out. So this will become T1 by 8 upon T 1 by 10. So if we simplify this, we'll get this is equal to log of 8 minus log of 7 divided by log 10 by 9. I can write log of 10 minus log of 9. That is equal to T 1 by 8 upon T 1 by 10. So I can write T 1 by 8 upon T 1 by 10 is equal to log 8 they have given as 0.90, log 7 is 0.84. So log 8 minus log 7 will be 0.90 minus 0.84, that is 0.06 upon log 10 they have given as, log 10 we know is 1, log 9 given is 0.95. So I can write this as 0.05. So this on simplifying will become 6 by 5. Now they're asking us to find T1 by 8 upon T1 by 10 into 10. So this will be equal to 6 by 5 into 10, which is equal to 12. So correct answer for this question is 3. So I will rate this question as moderate question because it involves calculation. It uses the concept of 1 by 8 and 1/10 decomposition also. So this is a moderate question. Let's see next question. The next question is from ionic equilibrium chapter. Now this says for equivalence point x ml of 0.02 m HCl is added to 5 ml of 0.02 m weak monoacidic base. The pKb of weak base is 5.69 and pH of the resulting solution is y at half of the equivalence point. So the value of x plus y is. So again in this we have to find two things. First, the volume of HCl which is used, and second we have to find the pH of the resulting solution at half equivalence point. So again this is a slightly moderate question, or you can say moderate to hard we can call it. So let's start with first part. So they are saying equivalence point. So we know at equivalence point, gram equivalent of HCl should be equal to gram equivalent of weak base. Now we know gram equivalent will be molarity into volume into n factor. Let me write over here. We know gram equivalent is equal to molarity into volume in liters into n factor. So I can write gram equivalent of HCl as molarity is 0.02 into volume in liter I can write as x upon 1000 into n factor for HCl we know is 1. That is equal to molarity of weak monoacidic base is 0.02 into volume in liter is 5 upon 1000 into n factor for this is 1 because they have mentioned it as monoacidic base. So 0.02 will be cancelled out, 1000 will be cancelled out, so we'll get x is equal to 5. So this is first part. Second, we are having a solution. So now HCl plus let's say weak monoacidic base is BOH. So when they are reacting it will form BCl plus H2O. And at half equivalence point, we have BOH and BCl. And this solution which is formed, this solution will be a basic buffer solution. This is a basic buffer solution for which we know POH is equal to pKb plus log of concentration of B plus upon concentration of BOH. And at half equivalence point, the concentration of B plus and BOH will be same. So I can write POH will be equal to pKb, which is given as 5.69. So if POH is 5.69, I can write pH will be equal to 14 minus 5.69, which will be equal to 8.31. So this will be the value of Y. So we have got X as 5, Y as 8.31. So X plus Y, which they are asking, that will be equal to 8.31 plus 5, that is equal to 13.31. So correct answer for this question will be option 3. This again I'll rate it as moderate to difficult question. Let's see the next question. The next question is from atomic structure and it is from hydrogen spectrum. The question says the wave number of 3 spectral lines of hydrogen atom are given. Identify the correct set of spectral lines belonging to Balmer series. Now when they are saying Balmer series means N1 will be 2. The electron will make transition from higher orbit to orbit number 2 and higher orbit I'll take it as N2. So I can write wave number as 1 upon lambda is equal to R Z square 1 upon N1 square minus 1 upon N2 square. This is the formula to find the wave number. So for first line, if you calculate, for first line we'll get N1 is equal to 2, N2 is equal to 3. So 1 upon lambda will be equal to R, Z will be 1 for hydrogen atom, it will be 1 by 4 minus 1 by 9. So this will become equal to 5R by 36. For second line, if we calculate, we'll get 1 upon lambda is equal to R 1 by 4. For second line, and 2 will be 4. So it is 1 by 16. So 1 upon lambda will be equal to R. We'll take 16 as LCM. So it will become 3 by 16. So 1 upon lambda is 3R by 16. So 5R by 36, 3R by 16. Now third line. For third line, we know N1 is equal to 2, N2 will be 5. So if I substitute over here, it will be 1 upon lambda is equal to R 1 by 4 minus 1 by 25. So on simplifying this, it will become 21 R by 100. So these are the wave number of first, second and third line of the Balmer series of hydrogen atom. So correct answer for this question is option 1. So this question again is a moderate level question because we have to do so much calculation in this. Next, if you see, other question is from titration. Question says 500 ml of 1.2 m Ki is completely reacted with 0.2 m 500 ml KMnO4 solution in basic medium. I minus is oxidized to I2. The liberated iodine reacts with 0.1 m Na2H2O3 solution. Then find volume of Na2H2O3 solution required to react with liberated I2. So this again will involve calculation as we can directly see. So first of all, let's write the reactions. Reaction will be MnO4 minus plus I minus will be converted to MnO2 plus I2. Now if I balance this reaction, the balanced reaction if I write, the balanced reaction if I write, so it will be 3I minus plus MnO4 minus plus 2H2O will give us 3 by 2 I2 plus MnO2 plus 4 OH minus. So first of all, this balancing itself will take time. So this is going to be a tough question for sure. Now let's see the information. 500 ml 1.2 mki. So it is 0.5 into 1.2 moles of MnO4 minus. Sorry, 0.5 into 1 by 1.2 is moles of Ki. So 0.5 into 1.2 moles. So this is going to be 0.6 moles. And for MnO4 minus, they are saying 0. molar 500 ml. So 0.2 into 0.5. So this is going to be 0.1 mole. Now what we can see that they have given information for two reactant. This means we have to use the concept of limiting reagent. Now 1 mole of MnO4 minus will react with 3 moles of I minus. So 0.1 will react with 0.3. But they have given 0.6 moles. It means I minus is in excess and MnO4 minus will be our limiting reagent. Now, if this is limiting reagent, from this information we can find the amount of I2 which will be produced. So 1 mole of MnO4 minus will produce 3 by 2 moles of I2. So 0.1 mole of MnO4 minus will produce 0.1 into 3 by 2 moles of I2. So this will be equal to 0.15 moles. So these many moles of I2 will be produced. Now after this they are saying this I2 which is produced, that is treated with Na2S2O3, that is hyposolution. And we know when they are reacting it will form Na2S4O6 plus NaI. If you balance this reaction, we'll get I2 plus 2 Na2S2O3 will give Na2S4O6 plus 2 times NaI. Now they have given that 0.15 moles of I2 is present. So moles of Na2S2O3 used will be 0.30. So from here I can write moles of Na2S2O3 used, that is 0.30. And we know moles is equal to molarity into volume in liter. So that is equal to 0.30. And if you see the question, they have given molarity of Na2S2O3 is 0.1. So if we substitute over here, we'll get 0.1 into volume in liters, that is equal to 0.3, which means volume in liter is going to be 3. So answer for this question will be 3. So 3 is the answer. So I will rate this as tough question because it involves first balancing of redox reaction, then it is involving the concept of limiting reagent, then it is involving the concept of stoichiometric calculations. Let's move to the next question. The next question is at T Kelvin, 2 moles of liquid A and 3 moles of liquid B are mixed. The vapor pressure of ideal solution so formed is 320 mmHg. At this stage, 1 mole of A is further mixed. The vapor pressure is found to be 340 mmHg. The vapor pressure of pure A and B are respectively. So this question is from solutions chapter, Raoult's law, and the same question is again asked. Same question was asked in the previous shift also. So let's start with this question. So we know according to Raoult's law, Pt is equal to mole fraction of A into Pa naught plus mole fraction of B into Pb naught. So initially they have given moles of A is equal to 2, moles of B is equal to 3, which means mole fraction of A will be equal to 2 by 5 and mole fraction of B will be equal to 3 by 5. Now if we substitute the information which is provided, we can write 320, which is total pressure, is equal to 2 by 5 times Pa naught plus 3 by 5 times of Pb naught. So if I simplify this, we'll get 5 into 320 is equal to 2 times Pa naught plus 3 times Pb naught. This will be how much? 5 into 0, 0, 5 into 10 is 1600. That is equal to 2 times Pa naught plus 3 times Pb naught. Let's say this is equation 1. Now they are saying 1 mole of A is further added. So now we can write moles of A will become 3 and moles of B, that was 3 from before itself. So we'll write mole fraction of A will become 1 by 2 and mole fraction of B will also become 1 by 2. So now we can write again Raoult's law, Pt is equal to mole fraction of A into Pa naught plus mole fraction of B into Pb naught. So if I substitute, we'll get total pressure is 340, that is equal to 1 by 2 times Pa naught plus 1 by 2 times of Pb naught. So we'll get 680 is equal to Pa naught plus Pb naught. So this is equation 2. Now if I solve using equation 1 and equation 2, what we can do is we can multiply this by 2. Multiply by 2. So we'll get 680 into 2 will be 6, 2 into 0, 0, 8 into 2, 16, 16 into 12 plus 1, 13, 60. That is equal to Pa naught plus 2 Pb naught. This is equation 3. Now if I do 1 minus 3, so we will get Pb naught, that is equal to 1600 minus 1360, which will be equal to 240 m. And if I substitute Pb naught in equation 2, substitute in equation 2, so we will get 680 is equal to Pa naught plus 240, which means Pa naught will be equal to 440 mm. So correct answer for this question is option 2. Again, this is involving lot of calculation, but as this they have asked before itself, so you are having idea about this question, so I will rate it as easy to moderate question. Mostly moderate because it involves calculation, but I am calling it easy also because you have seen this type of question before in the examination.
Let's move to physics.
Hello everyone. So these are a few more questions from today's shift. So first question is based on gravity and water droplets falling from a tap. So imagine here that we have a certain tap and water droplets are coming from it. And they are suggesting that one drop is just about to fall, and apart from them 5 more drops have fell till now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is just about to fall here, and the height given here is 5 meter. From this what we can see that time taken for the first drop to fall is equal to root 2h over g, giving us t is equal to square root of 2 times 5 times g, which is 10 here, giving us t is equal to 1 second. So total 1 second first drop has taken to fall down, and they are saying the droplets are coming at regular interval, meaning that all of them have same time duration. Time gap between them is equal, and we have total 5 delta t. So 5 delta t is equal to 1 second, giving us delta t is equal to 0.2 second. Now keep in mind here they are asking for what is the height from the ground of the fourth droplet. So this height is going to be total 5 meter minus the height fell by the fourth drop, which is half gt square, g is 10, and time taken by the fourth drop is going to be 2 delta t here, which is 0.4 second square. Solving that gives us 5 meter minus 5 into 0.16 meter, which is eventually 4.2 meter, which is giving the first option as the correct option. Moving on. Next question is based on calorimetry, and we have ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius. It will go up to ice at 0 degrees Celsius, then eventually converting to water at 0 degrees Celsius, and then finally going to some temperature T here. Along this way, the ice will absorb energy. This is this process, it is absorbing energy, and from here we have water at 25 degrees Celsius coming down to water at equilibrium temperature T. And in this case, the water here will be losing energy. And principle of calorimetry says that the energy lost by one part of the system is equal to energy gained by the other part. Here, the water, the 100 kg water is losing energy, and 10 kg of ice is gaining energy to eventually get to a temperature T. So, from principle of calorimetry, I can do heat lost by water, which is 100 kg. So, I need to convert it to gram. Be careful here. Why? Because all the data about specific heats and all is given in calories per gram. So, for this is for water. Water is going from 25 to T. This is the heat lost by water here, and this is going to be equal to ice, which is 10 kg. Again, I need to convert it to gram. Into half is the specific heat here, multiplied by delta T, which is minus 10 to 0. That's going to be 10 here, plus I is converting to water, which is again 10 into 1000 multiplied by 80, again continuing water going from, so again 10 into 1000. For water specific heat is going to be 1, and delta T is going to be T, 0 to T here. So, going further in this relation, I will get 10 raised to power 5 into 25 minus T is equal to 50,000 plus 8 lakh plus 10,000 T. Solving this gives us 25 minus is equal to, in temperature, this to 25 minus 8, 17, this will be 165. So, all these zeros can get cancelled, giving us temperature T is equal to 165 over 11, which is equal to 15 degrees Celsius, giving the second option as the correct answer. Moving on, this is a question based on diodes. So, you can see here the battery is given and current is trying to go in this manner in these circuits. So, notice that the middle branch is in reverse bias. So, current in this branch is going to be 0 here for sure. So, one thing, and the other diodes are in forward bias, and they are saying that the threshold voltage here, the drop is going to be 0.7 volt. If voltage across this part is 0.7 volt, voltage across this resistor is going to be remaining 20 minus 0.7, which is 19.3 volt. So, current through the resistor here is going to be some I here, and that I is going to be 19.3 divided by 200 ampere, converting it to milliampere is going to be 19.3 200 into 1000 milliampere, finally giving us 193 by 2, which is equal to 96.5 milliampere. And realize that all of that current will divide into two parts. So, some current is going to be I by 2 coming here and I by 2 coming here. So, current in each branch is going to be half of this, which is going to be the third option here. Left to right, 48.25, 0 and again 48.25. That's an easy question. Moving on. Now this is a bit on the better side. People might get confused that this may be a balanced Wheatstone bridge, but it is not. This is a question based on symmetry. For balanced Wheatstone bridge, the resistor order is supposed to be a bit symmetric here. So this is 3, this is 6, and this is also 3, and this is also 6. Like that. Then we would say it's a balanced Wheatstone bridge. In this particular case, it's not. So if I assume that there is some current I going in, out of which I1 is going there and I minus I1 is coming here, and so because of symmetry, this is what we have, input output symmetry. Whatever current goes from this side, the same current is supposed to come from here. So if the current divides between 3 and 6 in that given way, the current coming from the other side will also divide in the same manner, giving us the current in this branch again being I minus I1. Why? Because same current is entering here. On the 3 side, it is going to be I1. So you can assume that if the current, if I'm pushing the current in like this, if I start pulling the current out, the current will again reverse directions as it is. So on the right side, we have the same symmetric circuit where we are pulling the current out from that side. So that's why the current will have this symmetric nature here. Now looking at this, I can see the current I minus I1 comes here, out of which I1 goes there. So remaining I minus 2I1 goes from this side. Now assuming that there is some total delta V across this system here, and we can see R equivalent is going to be this total delta V divided by total current I. I need to find out the value of delta V over I. That is going to be R equivalent. So in order to find that, we'll apply some Kirchhoff's law here. Total voltage drop I'll try to find using Kirchhoff's law in different paths here. So one path I will choose, I'll go in this route across, and other path I will take here, something like that. Why not the lower path? Because again the lower equation and the upper equation is going to be same because the resistance and currents are symmetric here. So writing the equations further. So in the upper path, if you see, voltage drop is going to be IR, so resistance this into I1, plus again drop 6 into I minus I1, and that is going to be equal to total delta V here. Simplifying that, I get 3I1 plus 6I minus 6I1 is equal to delta V, giving us 6I minus 3I1 is equal to delta V. That's our first equation here. So now we can write the equation for the remaining, the red path here, where I will have 6 times of I minus I1 plus 3 times of I minus 2I1 plus 6 times of I minus I1, and that is the entire delta V with us. So which if you simplify, I can see I have 12I minus 12I1 plus 3I minus 6I1, that is I1, is equal to delta V, giving us 15I minus 18I1 is equal to delta V, and that's our second equation. Notice that if the first equation, if I multiply by 3, it becomes, let's multiply with 6 actually. So if you multiply with 6, I get 36I minus 18I1 is equal to 6 delta V. Now I'll call this equation third one. Now why have I multiplied with 6 here? Because I want to eliminate I1 from these equations. So if you see here, equation third minus equation 2, if I do, 36 minus 15 is going to be 21I minus 0, because 18I1 and 18I1 are going to get cancelled, is equal to 5 delta V, giving us delta V over I is equal to 21 over 5 ohm, which is our equivalent resistor, which is going to be 4.2 2 ohm here, which is the second option here. So these are remaining questions. So we'll come back with the remaining question that we get. Thank you.
Let's see some other questions from mathematics.
Hi everyone. Today 28th January morning shift mathematics paper. Already 4 questions were completed and the 5th question is, see the question. Find the value of summation k is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 into k to the k into k plus 1 upon k factorial. The problem is related to the sequence and series, especially here by observing the denominator. Observing the denominator. Observe the denominator. Denominator is k factorial. Denominator is k factorial means the factorial appears in only the exponential series. So the problem is related to the exponential series. Some differently they asked in the sequence and series this problem, and related to the exponential series. Once you recall the exponential series, for better understanding the exponential series, we have the formula e to the power of x is equal to 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus so on up to infinite terms. This is the exponential series. Now the compact form of this one is equal to summation. We are going to write this one as k is equal to 0 to infinite x to the power of k upon k factorial. Now by substituting, observe here, by substituting x is equal to minus 1 or minus x, from this e to the power of minus x we get e to the power of minus x is equal to 1 minus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial minus x cube by 3 factorial plus so on infinite. Now the given problem is related to the e to the power of minus x series. That is e to the power of minus x is equal to 1 minus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial minus x cube by 3 factorial plus so on infinite. So you keep this formula in your mind. Now we are solving the given problem. The given problem is here. Suppose I am taking the total sum as s. S is equal to, I am writing here, s is equal to the solution. Let s is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 into k plus 1 upon, now k factorial is given. That k factorial I am writing as k into, we have the formula k into k minus 1 factorial. The formula I am using here, that is n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 factorial. By using that formula, here the numerator and denominator both are having k as common factor. K cancelled. Now this becomes s is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 into k plus 1 upon k minus 1 factorial. Now by substituting here or by separating, observe the numerator is k plus 1 by k minus 1 factorial is the denominator. Now I am going to simplify this one like by using the denominator, that is s is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1. K plus 1 is here. I am going to write that one as k minus 1 plus 2 by k minus 1 factorial. Now I am separating this one as two sums, that is s is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 into k minus 1 upon k minus 1 factorial plus minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 into 2 upon k minus 1 factorial. Like this one I am separating. Now separately I am writing This one is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1, whereas in numerator k minus 1, in denominator k minus 1 factorial. So this k minus 1 factorial can be written as k minus 1 into k minus 2 factorial. That is, this becomes as 1 by k minus 2 factorial plus summation k is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 by k minus 1 factorial into 2 I am writing separately. Now it is the sum of two exponential series. The first one is summation k is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 to the power of k plus 1 upon 1 by k minus 2 factorial. Now the factorial is defined for non-negative integers. That's why here k is ranging from 2 to, we are going to rewrite the k values from 2 to infinite minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 upon k minus 2 factorial plus 2 times of summation k is equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 upon k minus 1 factorial. Separately, I am going to write this one as, see there. Now the first one is observing summation k is equal to 2 to infinite. Summation, let S1 is equal to summation k is equal to 2 to infinite minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 by k minus 2 factorial. Now by expanding this one is equal to k is equal to 2, I am going to substitute here. By substituting k is equal to 2, here minus 1 by 0 factorial. By substituting k is equal to 3 plus 1 by 1 factorial. By substituting k is equal to 4 minus 1 by 2 factorial. By substituting k is equal to 5 plus 1 by 3 factorial minus and so on. Now it is same as that of minus 1 by e. By taking minus common, here 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus and so on up to infinite. Now this is equal to minus 1 by e. So S1 is equal to minus 1 by e. Similarly, I am going to find out S2, where S2 is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to infinite minus 1 whole to the power of k plus 1 upon k minus 1 factorial. Now this is equal to, by substituting k is equal to 1 here, 1 by 0 factorial minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus so on up to infinite. Now this is equal to, directly it is 1 by e. Therefore, S1 and S2 we are plugging in S, whereas S is equal to S1 plus 2 times of S2. So S1 is minus 1 by e plus 2 times of S2 is 1 by e is equal to 1 by e. S is equal to 1 by e. Observing the options, the third option is right. The third option is perfect, and the problem is related to the exponential series. The problem is related to the exponential series. So this is under sequence and series, but special series it is exponential series. Now this type of problems may asked in previous also. So you careful about this type of problems. Next one is, yes, if f be a real valued function such that f of x square plus 1 is equal to x to the power of 4 plus 5x square plus 2, then integral 0 to 3 f of x dx is equal to, they are asking. Oh, problem is related to the definite integration, and they are not given directly the function. Now the function is defined as f of x square plus 1 is equal to x to the power of 4 plus 5x square plus 2. Then they asked the integral, definite integral 0 to 3 f of x dx they are asking. So in the solution, first we are trying to find out f of x. in solution, they are given f of x square plus 1 is equal to x to the power of 4 plus 5x square plus 2 is given. Now, to find the f of x, I am using the substitution. Put x square plus 1 is equal to some t. By substituting x square plus 1 is equal to t, whereas x square is equal to t minus 1. Now I am using this. F of t is equal to x to the power of 4 means t minus 1 whole square plus 5 times of t minus 1 plus 2. Now the simplification of this one, t square minus 2t plus 1 plus 5t minus 5 plus 2. Now this is equal to t square plus 3t minus 2. This is the function f of t. F of t is the function. This is the function. F of t is equal to t square plus 3t minus 2. Now they are asking for definite integral 0 to 3 f of x dx. You are very familiar with this type of problems. So in regular modalities, now here onwards integral 0 to 3 f of x dx is equal to integral 0 to 3 f of x is x square plus 3x minus 2 dx. After this, you know how we are integrating this one. Now integrating this one, that is integral 0 to 3 f of x dx is equal to the derivative, the integral of x square is x cube by 3 plus 3x square by 2 minus 2x, and the limits, lower limit is 0, upper limit is 3. Applying the upper limit, 3 cube 27 by 3, that is 9, plus 27 by 2 minus 6, minus applying the lower limit 0 becomes 0 is equal to 27 by 2 minus plus 3 is equal to 33 by 2. So therefore integral 0 to 3 f of x dx is equal to 33 by 2. The level of the problem is simple, easy. It is easiest problem. And the next problem is limit extends to 0, ln, that is log base e, secant ex, secant e square x, secant e cube x, and so on, secant e to the power of 10x upon e square into 1 minus cos x. Problem is very clear, related to the exclusively the limits, and especially here the problem is ln log secant x, secant e square x, secant e cube x, and so on, secant e to the power of 10x by e square into 1 minus cos x. Ln is there, so we are using the logarithmic formulas, that is ln or log base e mn. We have the formula log m to the base e plus log n to the base e. Using this formula, we are going to rewrite the product in the numerator as the sum of the 10 terms. Sum of the 10 terms using this formula. That is, for the solution, suppose the value I am taking as L, let L is equal to limit extends to 0, that becomes log of secant ex to the base e plus log of secant e square x to the base e plus so on plus log of secant e to the power of 10 x to the base e upon e square into 1 minus cos x. I am writing. Now, when we are applying limit extends to 0, the numerator and denominator both are taking the form 0 by 0 form. It is very clear, because when secant 0 is 1, log 1 is 0. That is, it is in the form of 0 by 0 form. 0 by 0 form it is. So when it takes the 0 by 0 form, we apply the L'Hopital rule. That is, L is equal to, applying the L'Hopital rule, limit extends to 0. Now d by dx of log of secant x becomes as, we know that, e times of tan ex plus, this becomes as e square times of tan e square x plus so on by e square into sin x, we get sin x, and so on. The last term becomes, you know that the last term is e to the power of 10 tan of e to the power of 10 times of x, e to the power of 10 times of x. Now this one is equal to, now we are trying to simplify this one, that is, I am taking 1 by e square outside, that is 1 by e square times of limit extends to 0. Here this becomes e into tan ex by sin x, I am writing here, by sin x plus e square into tan of e square x by sin x plus so on, plus so on. Individually, if we are applying limit extends to 0, this becomes 1 by e square times of e into limit extends to 0, tan ex by sin x becomes as e plus e square into tan e square x by sin x becomes as e square plus so on. The last one is e to the power of 10 into e to the power of 10. Now every term is having e square common. By taking e square common, L becomes, L is equal to e square by e square into 1 plus e square plus e to the power of 4 plus e to the power of 6 plus so on plus e to the power of 18. Now this is equal to e square gets cancelled. It is GP which has 10 terms and the common ratio is e square. So using the sum of the 10 terms of GP formula, a into a is equal to 1 into e square is the common ratio whole to the power of 10 minus 1 upon e square minus 1. Now this is equal to e to the power of 20 minus 1 upon e square minus 1. So the given limiting value L is equal to e to the power of 20 minus 1 upon e square minus 1. That is option, second option is right. Second option is right. The level of the problem is average problem. It is moderate problem. It takes hardly 2 minutes. Next one is, next problem is, consider a circle C1 passing through origin and lying in the region x is greater than or equal to 0 only with a diameter 10. With a diameter 10. Consider a curved PQ of C1. Consider a curved PQ of C1 with equation x is equal to y and another circle C2 which has PQ as diameter. A chord is drawn to C2 passing through 2, 3 such that distance of chord from the center of C2 is maximum, has equation x plus ay plus b is equal to 0. Then b minus a they are asking. B minus a they are asking. Problem is related to the circles and the relative position of two circles. The two circles are intersecting and the chord, that is the first circle, is passing through the origin and having the diameter 10. So we try to draw the diagram for this one. For this one, the diagram is like y-axis and x-axis. The first circle is passing through the origin. Passing through the origin with a diameter is 10. With a diameter 10. Passing through the origin means the circle is like this one. Passing through the origin and x is always greater than or equal to 0. That means the circle lies completely either in first quadrant or in fourth quadrant. Either in first quadrant or in fourth quadrant. Next, Here the diameter is 10. The diameter is 10. Diameter is having 10. Consider a chord PQ of C1 with equation x is equal to y. I consider a chord PQ of C1 with equation x is equal to y. Y is equal to x equation means you know that it represents a line passing through the origin. So PQ chord passing through the origin. Suppose I am taking P at the origin and Q at the other end. Now see there, and another circle C2 which has PQ as diameter, which has PQ as diameter. PQ has diameter. One more circle is drawn. One more circle is drawn here. One more circle. For that circle, PQ is the diameter. This is the second circle. This is C2 and this is C1. Now C2 has the diameter PQ. PQ is the diameter. A chord is drawn to C2 passing through 2, 3. Passing through 2, 3. There are so many possibilities. We can draw so many chords passing through 2, 3 such that the distance of chord from center of C2, because here PQ is the diameter, the midpoint of PQ is the center. The midpoint of PQ is the center, and from the center of C2, the maximum distance it is having the chord. The required chord is having the maximum distance from the center of the second circle. How it is possible means observing there are so many chords are possible. Suppose this is 2, 3 is a point. 2, 3 is a point. Now through 2, 3 there are so many chords are possible. Out of all these, which is having the maximum distance means that chord always parallel to the PQ. Then only that chord is having the maximum distance. That is, the required chord is like this one. The required chord is parallel to PQ. The required chord is parallel to PQ. Then the distance from center to the chord, is always maximum. So the required chord is the solution. The required chord equation. The required chord equation is, it is parallel to the PQ line. Parallel to the PQ lines, as we know that the PQ line equation is y is equal to x. That is x minus y is equal to, it is passing through the point 2, 3. That means it becomes as 2 minus 3. So the equation of the required chord is x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Now it is comparing with, this one is comparing with the given equation x plus ay plus b is equal to 0. We get here a is equal to minus 1 and b is equal to 1. Now they asked for the b minus a. So b minus a is equal to, so from this we get b minus a is equal to 2. 2 is the answer. The problem is very logical problem. It is logical problem because the two circles are intersecting and the PQ, the chord PQ, the PQ is the diameter of the C2 circle, and the required chord is passing through the point 2, 3 and which is having the maximum distance from the center of C2. When it is possible means definitely the required chord is parallel to the PQ line. Then we get the maximum distance. That's why the required chord equation is parallel to the PQ line and passing through 2, 3. Hence the required equation of the chord is x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0.
Now moving to chemistry.
So, here we are with organic questions, some more that we have received by now. So, this particular question is about the anti-Markovnikov addition of HBr, which we also known by the name of the Kharash effect. So, this question is of Kharash effect, right. Now, what is the question? Let us first see product. The reaction given is PHCH double bond CH2 in presence of HBr peroxide. PHCOO whole twice is peroxide. So, what product is formed? We know that it gives anti-Markovnikov addition. This product should be formed as major product, and PHCHBrCH3 should be formed as minor product, because Markovnikov product we cannot say 0, but is formed as minor product. Now, we are being asked about what are the correct statements regarding product. Okay. What are the correct statement regarding product? So, let us check. PHCHCH2Br is a minor product. No, it is a major product. So, this is false statement for us. B, benzene is also formed as a byproduct. That is totally false. There is no benzene formation here, right. What they have started the reaction with is styrene. So, if there would have been any other product formation, how would this entire ethyl group will wipe off? So, this is not at all a possible option. Reaction follow free radical mechanism, yes, because peroxide effect follows free radical addition mechanism. In absence of peroxide, if peroxide was absent, then what happens? Then carbocation mechanism is followed. Certainly, that is also true. Then we have Markovnikov addition of HBr, and the one which are referring here as minor will under those conditions will become major. So, PHCH double bond CH2, if peroxide was absent, 100% correct statement that then this carbocation would have been involved to form major product, and PHCHBrCH3 is our major product formed, and a minor again anti-Markovnikov could have been formed. So, searching the best combination C and D, BC, ACD, CDO, CD. So, answer for this question is third. Third is our answer. Moving to next question, choose the correct statements in respect of hydrides of group 15. Okay, group 15, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. And we have to talk about their hydrides. So, ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine and bismuthine. These are our hydrides which are used in the question. Statement number 1, reducing power increases down the group. Yes, as their thermal stability decreases, right, capacity to reduce others. So, their thermal stability is decreased, they become source of hydrogen. BiH3 is most unstable, and thus it is an easier source of hydrogen certainly as compared to ammonia, right. So, reducing power increases down the group is our true statement. Basic nature increases down the group is a false statement. Why? Because the Lewis basic nature in 15th group is increased with the increased charge density or increased lone pair density on the central atom. So, ammonia is a better Lewis base than phosphine or any further going down the group. So, B statement is false. Stability decreases down the group, that is again a true statement, because as we go down the group, the difference in energy between the central atom and hydrogen increases and the bond become more and more unstable. So, C statement is a correct statement. Boiling point decreases regularly down the group. Well, that is incorrect statement, because yes, ammonia has hydrogen bonding. That is okay. But otherwise, the molecular weight increases down the group. So, we cannot say the boiling point will decrease down the group. So, that is a false statement. Now, let us see the correct statement we are left with is A and C. Searching the option A, B, C. No, B is not there, B is not there, B not there. Answer is option number 3. Okay. Group 15 hydrides are always one of the important subtopics of this particular group. Please go through it whenever you prepare for any exam. Any exam I want to quote is not just mains or advanced, but even if you are preparing for basic 12th intermediate 12th boards, then please do this particular subtopic thoroughly. Moving to next question, 1 gram of an organic compound gives 1.32 grams of CO2. Okay, so 1.1 gram of organic compound, in that what we have is 1.32 grams of CO2. If it was 44 grams of CO2, then 12 grams of carbon was there. With 1.34 grams of CO2, carbon is 12 upon 44 into 1.32 grams, correct? By that, if I also want to calculate percentage of carbon in organic compound, right? So, I will write 12 upon 44 into 1.32 upon 1 into 100, and when we solve this, we get 36 percentage, and on solving this you will get 0.36 gram of carbon, right. Now, let us move to bromine. For bromine, the data is 0.53 gram of organic compound. In that, what is calculated? 0.75 grams of AgBr. Okay. So, let us calculate bromine in it. If it was 188 gram of AgBr, then 80 gram of bromine was there. But if it is 0.75 gram of AgBr, then 80 upon 188 into 0.75 grams, that on solving is coming 0.32 grams of bromine. So, percentage of bromine is 0.32 upon 0.53 into 100, it is 60.21 percentage. Now, the question is saying if molecular formula is CXHYBr, let us make it Z, calculate the percentage of bromine. Okay. So, if so, and we have to find the percentage of hydrogen. We have already found the rest two, that is carbon and bromine, and total percentage has to be 100. So, I can say percentage of hydrogen is 100 minus 36 plus 60.21. On solving, this is coming somewhere like 3.8 okay, percentage of hydrogen, but as you know it is mains. So, answer we will put is 4. We have to put to the nearest integer. So, answer for this question that you will mark in your OMRs will be 4. Okay. Now, let us move to the next question. Oh, this question is a continuous repeat in almost out of say we had 8 papers, this was in 6 papers here and there with different languages, right. Coordination has been asked repeatedly. Choose the correct options, okay. And in all the 4 options we see the complexes which are used is NiCN4 2 minus, NiCO4, NiCl4 2 minus. These 3 complexes they are used, and we are asked about diamagnetic and paramagnetic nature. Okay, we will do. So, nickel is atomic number 28, it is 3D8 4S2, and wherever it is nickel 2 plus, I will have 3D8 4S0. Okay, fine. So, let me start. Here nickel is in 2 plus. So, it was 3D8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, 7, 8, 3D8, 4S, 0, and cyanide is strong field ligand. Okay, 4 cyanide will come. So, my configuration, or I think no need to write that much, you can see that this pairing will happen, and I will have from D, my hybridization will start from D sp2. So, hybridization is coming D sp2, and as you can see no unpaired electron is left, and if no unpaired electron is left, we will report this as diamagnetic. Okay, this compound for us will be diamagnetic. Now check. Okay, diamagnetic, diamagnetic. Here it is given in paramagnetic, so ye option not possible. NiCN4 is diamagnetic. Okay, so 1, 2 and 4 are still in race. Let us move to CO carbonyl. Carbon monoxide is there. Again CO is a strong field ligand, as was the CN minus. Cyanide के जैसा ही carbonyl is a strong field ligand. If it is a strong field ligand, and 4 again is the coordination number, correct? So, looking at that, we expect this to be, of course, the oxidation state is 0. So, this time I have to go for 3D8 4S2. Even if pairing is done, hybridization will be sp3, but number of unpaired electron is going to be 0, and if 0, so again we will call it as a diamagnetic compound. So, I want CN4 and CO4 complexes as diamagnetic, and if so, question number 1 seems to be okay. Option number 1 seems to be okay. Let us check this last NiCl4 2 minus. Cl4 2 minus, nickel is in 2 plus. So, configuration is like that, but Cl is a weak field ligand. If Cl is weak field, these 2 electrons will remain unpaired, and if so, 2 electrons are remaining unpaired. So, this is going to be paramagnetic, correct? These 3 particular complexes are so very important. If you see your regular PYQs, if you see your CBSE based questions, wherever you see these 3 complexes are asked several times. So, please be thorough with these. Which are the strong field ligands, which are the weak field ligands, what will be the effect, basic and good question. So, answer it seems to be first, because CN and carbonyl we concluded are diamagnetic and Cl was paramagnetic. Yes, that is what the answer for this question is. Okay. Moving to next question. Among the following, colored ion is and are. Again from a D block. Okay. So, let me write the atomic configurations. Scandium, titanium and vanadium is asked. Scandium is 21, atomic number 21, right? Titanium, vanadium, but when it will become scandium 2 plus, 3 plus, you can definitely change the configurations and you have to. So, titanium, what 2 are asked here? It seems titanium 3 plus and titanium 4 plus are in the question. Okay. If so, 3 plus is 3D1, 4S0 and titanium 4 plus is 3D0, 4S0. So, this and this. First, let me conclude, no unpaired electron, this is going to be colorless, whereas titanium 3 plus is found to be purple in color. There is one unpaired electron. Scandium is 3d1 4s2, but scandium 3 plus is asked. There is no other scandium. So, 3 plus if is asked, it is going to be 3d0 4s0 and is finally a colorless ion. There is no other. So, let us leave on that. Vanadium is vanadium 3 plus is in the question, vanadium 2 plus is in the question. Let us do. So, it is 3d3 4s2, right. When it is vanadium 2 plus, it will be 3d3 and it is found to be violet. When it is vanadium 3 plus, then it is 3d2 and that 3d2 is found to be green in color. Please refer NCERT for these questions. These are directly from NCERT. There is a table, clear table for these ions mentioned here. So, just read NCERT is our suggestion to you repeatedly for all mains, advanced, every exam you have to read NCERT. Among the following, the colored combination. So, let us conclude. Yes, titanium 3 plus was color, vanadium 3 plus was color. So, first is our answer. Others may what went wrong, scandium 3 plus colorless, titanium 4 plus colorless, scandium 3 plus colorless. So, answer for this is question number 1. So, this is our next question. Observe the following reaction. C3H6Cl2. Now, we do not know whether it is a gem or a wick dihalide. I will take both cases, like if it is this or if it is like this, right. You can have a gem 2,2-dichloro also, that is a possibility, either you can take. But it is clearly given excess NaNH2 is taken, okay, whether this or let me write, even if you take CCl2CH3, for that also any of these cases, all of them will ultimately lead to C triple bond CH. Okay. Ideally, it will in fact be you take this or CH3 C triple bond CNA, sodium salt acidic H react with this. Now, Hg2 plus H plus under acidic condition anyhow you will have propyne. Okay. So, whatever you take, ultimately it is a Kucherov reaction, Markovnikov addition of water followed by tautomerization. So, the product Y is ketone, acetone. Okay. The product Y gives which of the following test? This ketone, this acetone. Tollens test, well no, Tollens test is characteristic for aldehyde group, not ketone group. Lucas test, that is concentrate HCl plus ZnCl2 के साथ reaction. This is test to distinguish different alcohols, 1 degree, 2 degree and 3 degree alcohols, not possible. Failing is again primarily for aldehydes, not possible. Iodoform, yes, it is a methyl ketone and methyl ketones do give iodoform test. Acetone gives iodoform test. So, answer is third. Okay. So, that is it.
Let's move to physics.
Hello students, so let's discuss some more questions of today's 28th Gen morning session physics paper. So the first question that we have here is an integer type question. In this question they are saying there is a sphere of radius 10 centimeter and a axis is also provided to us. We need to find the radius of gyration of the sphere about the axis given. So let us see how we will find this answer. The radius of gyration, let us say it is k. It should be given by root over I by m, where I is the moment of inertia of the sphere about the given axis. So the solid sphere moment of inertia about its own axis is given by 2 by 5 m r square. If the axis is passing through the center of sphere, the moment of inertia should be given by 2 by 5 m r square. But the given axis is not passing through center of sphere. It is parallel to this axis. So I will use parallel axis theorem. If I see the diagram, the radius of sphere is 10 centimeter and this distance is also 10 centimeter. So the total distance between these two axes is going to be 20 centimeter, which I can also write as 2r. So by parallel access theorem, I will add that m into distance square, that is 2r square, along with this. So this whole expression divided by m, root of that, this will give me my radius of gyration. If I solve this expression, this r I can take outside, m is getting cancelled. So I am getting 2 by 5 plus second expression is 4. So this is root over 22 by 5. 22 by 5 is roughly if I multiply 2 divide by 2, it is 4.4. Root 4.4 is approximately 2. So that approximate 2 into r, it's roughly 20 centimeter. It is not exactly 20 centimeter, but the question is asking us answer in nearest integer in centimeter. So my answer should be 20. Let's go to next question. The next question is from optics. Here we have a biconvex lens of refractive index 1.5 and a plano-convex lens of refractive index 1.7. Plano-concave lens of refractive index 1.7. They have same magnitude of power. The second radius of curvature of convex lens is equal to radius of curvature of plano-concave lens. So this plano-concave lens radius of curvature and the second radius of curvature of this convex lens, they are same in magnitude. Let's say the first radius of curvature of the convex lens is r1. The power of the two lens same, so I can say magnitude of focal length is also same. The magnitude of focal length of this convex lens will be 1 by f is equal to mu minus 1. Mu is given as 1.5. Mu minus 1 will be 0.5 into 1 by r1 plus 1 by r. This is same as the magnitude of focal length of the second. So second lens will have mu minus 1.7 minus 1 into 1 upon first surface radius of curvature will be negative and second surface is a plane surface. I will take mod of this expression because I need magnitude of powers to be equal. So the second right hand side expression 0.7, that is 7 by 10 r, that is equal to 1 by 2 r1 plus 1 by 2 r. Just solve this expression. 1 by 2 r1, this is equal to 7 by 10 r minus 1 by 2 r. If I multiply and 5 divided by 5, I will get 2 divided by 10 r, that is 1 by 5 r. So r1 by r, you can see this is coming out as 5 by 2. So the correct answer of my question should be 5 by 2, that is option number 2. Let's see the next question. Again, next question is an optics based question, but this time it is an integer type question. Focal length of a convex lens in air is 18 centimeter. It is immersed in a liquid of refractive index 4 by 3. The change in focal length they are asking, there is nf, where n is an integer. We need to find the value of n. We also have been provided the refractive index of lens. So the lens focal length 1 by f, which is given as 1 by 18 centimeter, it should be mu of the lens, which is 1.5 minus 1 into 1 upon r1 minus 1 by r2. For time being, let's say this 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 term is x. So 1.5 minus 1 is 1 by 2 into 1 by x, or simply let us write this is x, is equal to 1 by 18 centimeter. For the second case, when this lens is kept in a liquid, the effective focal length in the question they are providing, that is n into f, that is n into 18 centimeter. It should be mu of the lens, which is 1.5 upon mu of the medium refractive index is 4 by 3 minus 1 into the same expression 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. 1.5 is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 upon 4 by 3 is going to be 9 by 8 minus 1, and this expression I am again calling as x. This f is again 18 centimeter, so I am going to write this as 18 centimeter. I need to find the value of n, so I am going to divide these two equations. So if I divide, then n will be equal to, in the first equation I have 1 by 2x, in the second equation 9 by 8 minus 1 is 1 by 8 into x, so you can see this is 4. So the answer of this question should be 4. Let's see the next question. In next question, we need to find out ratio of the Young's modulus of the two wire, and what is provided is that their extensions are same for same load. They are loaded with same force and their extensions, the change in length is same. The Young's modulus of a wire is given by the stress, which is going to be force by area, by strain, which is change in length of the wire into length divided by length. So this is F into L by A into delta L. So Young's modulus ratio of the two wire, because force is same, change in length is same, so it's going to be L1 by A1 multiplied with E2 by L2. So I just need to put the ratios of length and ratios of area. The length of the first wire is 20 and second is 30. So this is 20 by 30. The area of the second wire is 2 and the first wire is 1. So if I see this ratio is 4 by 3, that is option number 2. Let's go to the next question. Next question is based on thermodynamics. Here we are provided with a PV graph of a gas, and gas is following a curve path also, whose equation is also provided to us. We need to find out the work done in the cyclic process. First of all, let us analyze what kind of situation is provided to us. So we have a PV graph. P is on the y-axis, V is on the x-axis. The graph is something like this. The graph is starting from this point, let's say D, it is going towards C and it is returning to D point. So I need to calculate work done. That means I need to calculate this area under PV graph. By the arrows, I can observe that when the volume is decreasing, the work done is negative. There is more work done, and positive work done is the, by equation I can see this is a parabolic graph. So for the parabolic graph, there is a positive work done, and for the straight line graph, there is a negative work done, and I need to find out total work done. So the total work done, because negative work done is more, is going to be negative. If I look at the option, there is only one option which is negative. So just by knowing this, I can mark the option 1 is the correct answer. But in order to get the exact answer, let us solve this question further. So the total work done in the process should be, let's say D to C work, C to D work is negative, and work done from D to A to B to C is positive. This C to D work will be negative. The pressure is P naught there, and if you see the change in volume here is 2 units. So 2 times of P naught. What will be value of P naught, that is not known to us. So we can use the equation which is given to us. V minus 2 whole square is equal to 4AP. The pressure when the volume is 1 or 3 is given by P naught. So if I just put the volume as 1 or 3, so I will get 1 square, which is nothing but 1, is equal to 4A into P naught. So P naught is nothing but 1 upon 4A. So value of P naught is also known to me. So if I substitute this here, this is 1 upon minus 1 by 2A. This is not the complete work done. This is work done from CD. Now work done in the parabolic path I am going to calculate. So for this I can either use the integration process, or if you know some trick you can use that also. I am going to use integration process. That means I am going to solve this by basics. So work done from that, let us first calculate work done from this region to this region, that is 2 to 3. And volume is changing from 2 to volume is changing up to 3. So this work done will be integration of P dV. P by the given equation is given by 1 by 4A. I am taking common, V minus 2 whole square. So P is, if I take 4A in denominator, P is V minus 2 whole square by 4A into dV. And volume I am integrating from 2 to 3. And then I am going to double this to calculate total work done in this total parabolic region. So if I solve this expression, 2 times of 1 by 4A is 1 by 2A. V minus 2 whole square, I can replace this V minus 2 by some x, then my integration limit will change to 1 to 2, 0 to 1. If I replace this V minus 2 by x, so I am going to get x square into dx. X square dx integration will be x cube by 3, so 1 upon 2a into x cube by 3, limit of x is 1, so 1 by 3 I am going to get here. So this is nothing but 1 upon 6a. So I have the positive region work also, I have the negative region work also. So if I add this, then the total work done net is minus 1 by 2a plus 1 by 6a. Multiply the first expression by 3 and divide by 3. So it is going to be 3 minus 3 plus 1, that is minus 2 by 6a, that is minus 1 by 3a. As we have already decided, answer 1 should be correct because that is the only option with the negative sign. This is our work done question. Now next question is a question from rotation. As we have seen in all shift, at least one question is asked from rotation. Here we have seen 2 questions are asked from rotation. So what this question is asking, there are 2 discs and an axis is there about which this can rotate. They are provided some torque. You are rotating the disc with some torque and they are asking what should be the angular acceleration alpha. See, the torque given in the question is given in dyne per centimeter square. So I am going to first convert this dyne centimeter to Newton meter. So as I know that 1 Newton is 10 power 5 dyne and 1 meter is 10 power 2 centimeter. That means this 45 into 10 power 7 dyne centimeter, this is nothing but 45 Newton meter of torque. So I know the torque value in SI units. Now I will calculate the moment of inertia of the system about the given axis. So each disc has a mass of 600 gram, that is 0.6 kg. So I am calling that mass to be m. The moment of inertia of disc about the given axis, about axis of the disc, is going to be mr square over 4. Plus, for each disc there is some distance from the a dash axis, so that mr1 square plus mr2 square I have to add by parallel axis theorem, and there are two discs, so I need to multiply with 2 here. So if I take m common, the expression that I am getting inside is r square by 2 plus r1 square plus r2 square. Now if I just put the values, all available values to me, so mass is 0.6 kg, r1 is the radius of the disc which I am going to put in SI units, so 10 centimeter is 0.1 square, this is 0.1 square by 2. r1 and r2 are given in the question as 10 centimeter and 20 centimeter, so this is again 0.1 square and this is 0.2 square. I can take 0.1 square common from inside, so this is 6 into 10 power minus 3, and the expression that I am getting inside is half plus 1 plus 4. So you can solve the inside expression and you will get that moment of inertia 6 into 10 power minus 3 into 4 plus 5, 5 into 11 by 2. So now you have torque, you have moment of inertia, you just need to take ratio, you can calculate alpha, it will be torque by moment of inertia, which is I. If you just put the values, you can see that answer is coming out to be 150 by 11 radian per second square. So the correct answer of this question is third.
Let's see some other questions from mathematics.
Hello students, once again we have few more questions from today's morning mains paper. Let us go through the question, and this question is from differential equations, and one can easily identify that the given differential equation is a linear differential equation, but it is not directly linear differential equation. You have to make a minor substitution. So x dy by dx minus sine 2y is equal to x cube cos square y. Now upon dividing with cos square on both sides and x also, so I am getting secant square y dy by dx minus 1 by x into sine 2y can be written as 2 sine y cos y by cos square y is equal to x cube by x. So guys, here sine cos y gets cancelled out, so I will be having secant square y dy by dx minus 2 by x into tan y, which is equal to x square. Okay, so guys, I have to make a minor substitution, which is tan y is equal to t. So put tan y is equal to t, and then secant square y dy by dx will be equal to dt by dx. Now this becomes a linear differential equation in t. So dt by dx minus 2 by x into t is equal to x square. Now I can directly write the solution of the linear differential equation, which is t into e power minus 2 by x dx is equal to integral x square into e to the power minus 2 by x dx whole dx, and t into, so guys, this is going to be e power minus 2 ln x, and that is going to be 1 by x square. T by x square is equal to x square and x square gets cancelled out. I have integration of 1, which is x plus c. This implies t is equal to x cube plus cx square. So guys, what is t once again? Tan y. So tan y is equal to, the solution we got there here is x cube plus cx square, x cube plus cx square. So guys, what are the conditions given in the question? Y of 1 is equal to pi by 4. Y of 1 is equal to pi by 4, and put x is equal to 1. Tan pi by 4 1 is equal to 1 plus c is equal to 0. So tan y is equal to x cube. So what is y? Tan inverse x cube. So what is tan inverse? So we got the function finally, y is equal to tan inverse x cube, and we are asked to find what is y of pi by 3. Y of pi by 3 is equal to tan inverse pi cube by 27. So pi cube by 27 it is. So we can move on to the next question. Next question is area bounded by the curve is xy less than or equal to 8. Basically it is xy is equal to 8 is a rectangular hyperbola, and then we have a parabola and we have a straight line. So if you sketch the curve, xy is equal to 8 is something like this, and y is equal to x square. So first guys, let us find what is this point. This point, intersection of x square and 8 by x. So x cube is equal to 8, which implies x is equal to 2. So this value is 2. And guys, there is a line y greater than or equal to 1, which means y is equal to 1. I'm going to draw that line, y is equal to 1. So I'm going to find this point as well as this point. So this is the area we are supposed to find. Okay. So clearly I can write down the area. So this point I need to find. Putting y is equal to 1, I'll get x is equal to 1. And putting y is equal to 1 in the rectangular hyperbola, I'll get x is equal to 8. So integration 1 to 2. You need to integrate this curve, which is x square, plus integration 2 to 8. You need to integrate 8 by x dx, and minus area of this rectangle. Area of the rectangle will be 1 into 8, length into breadth, and that is the basic unit to solve this question. And this will be x cube by 3, limits from 1 to 2, plus 8 log x to the base e from 2 to 8 minus 8. So this is going to be 8 by 3 minus 1 by 3 plus 8 ln 4, which can be written as 16 ln 2 minus 8. Simplifying this, okay, 8 by 3, 7 by 3, 7 by 3 minus 8 plus 16 ln 2, 16 ln 2 minus 24 plus 7, which is 17 by 3. So this will be the right option. Very simple question, but only thing is you need to know what is a rectangular hyperbola. The moment you see xy is equal to 8, you need to identify the curve. Okay, yeah, we'll move on to the next question. Next question guys is a easy question. Actually the paper seems to be very lengthy and difficult, and such questions if you are able to pick, you are going to score very good in the mains exam. So product of first 3 terms of GP is 27. So whenever you have product of 3 terms, you always have to take those terms to be a by r, a, ar, and given that product is a by r into a into ar is equal to 27, r cancel out. I can directly write a is equal to 3 because a cube is equal to 27. So a is equal to 3. In range of sum of these 3 terms, a by r plus a plus a r, so which is nothing but a common. If you take a common, r plus 1 by r plus 1. Okay, guys, you can use simple AMGM to do this question. If r is negative and r is positive, if r is negative, r plus 1 by r will always be less than or equal to minus 2, and if r is positive, r plus 1 by r is always greater than or equal to 2. In both cases, I can find r plus 1 by r plus 1 is less than or equal to minus 1, r plus 1 by r plus 1 is greater than or equal to 3. So what is 3 into a into, which is 3 into r plus 1 by r plus 1 range will be less than or equal to minus 3, or 3 into r plus 1 by r plus 1 is greater than or equal to 9. So the range is minus infinity to minus 3 union 9 to infinity. So if you have to express in the given form, it is given as r minus 3 to 9. then a square plus b square. So guys, what is a square plus b square? A square plus b square is 9 plus 81, which is 90. Once again, very simple question from GP. We'll move on to the next question. Next question is from complex numbers. Okay, so mod z minus 6 is equal to 5. Guys, this is nothing but a equation of circle centered at 6 comma 0. So x minus 6 whole square plus y square is equal to 25. First equation. There is another circle is given here, x plus 5 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square is equal to 49. Okay, guys, upon solving these two equations, you have to be very careful with the calculation part. As I told, the paper has been difficult as well as lengthy, so you have to focus on the questions which you already know. This question is once again does not require too much understanding or something. You just have to do proper calculations. So by solving 1 and 2, x you're going to get 2, y you're going to get 3. So the complex number z will be equal to 2 plus 3i. What is he asking us to find is z cube minus 7z square, so on. So first I will find quadratic 3i. So this will be z square minus 4z plus 4 is equal to minus 9. So z square plus 4z minus 4z plus 13 equal to 0. So this is the quadratic. Now we need to find this particular value. You can use division and you can easily find out this value. So what is given here? Z cube minus 7z square plus 25z plus 16 is divided by z square minus 4z plus 3. So z cube minus 4z square plus 3z whole divided by minus 3z square plus 22z plus 16. Once again, minus 3z square plus 12z minus 9. So subtract this both of things, we are going to get 10z plus 25. So guys, I can write z cube minus 7z square plus 25z plus 16 is equal to z square minus 4z plus 13 into quotient. The quotient is z minus 3 and the remainder is 10z plus 25. 10z plus 25. So guys, what are you going to get here is this value becomes 0. Z square minus 4z plus 13 into z minus 3, because z square minus 4z plus 13 is equal to 0. Sorry, I wrote, there is a mistake here. We should have taken this as 13, my bad. Yeah, let us redo this one once again. This is 13, guys. We have taken it as 3. So that's what there's a slight error. Okay, so we're going to divide this once again. Z square, z cube minus 7z square plus 25z plus 60. And this is z square minus 4z plus 13. Now once again z cube minus 4z square plus 13z. Subtract, so this will be minus 3z square plus 12z plus 16, and then minus 3z square plus 12z minus 39, and once you subtract you are going to get 55. Yeah, that's the remainder. So here z cube minus 7z square plus 25z plus 16 can be written as z square minus 4z plus 13 into z minus 3 plus 55. Guys, this being 0, this value 0 into anything is 0. So what is the answer? 55. So 55 should be the answer. Once again, a question which covers all the basics from basic math, quadratic as well as complex numbers. But again, as I told you, it is going to be a very lengthy calculation. Next question, guys. Cubic polynomial ABC belongs to natural numbers ABC are all less than or equal to 20. So A, B, C belongs to 1, 2, 3, so on till 20. Set of polynomials. Then the number of polynomials in set S which are divisible by x square plus 2. Let's divide and see this polynomial x cube plus ax square plus bx plus c and x square plus 2. So if I do the division, x cube and 2x, cancel it out, ax square plus b minus 2x plus c and plus ax square plus nothing here 0 plus 2a, and what is the remainder? B minus 2 into x plus c minus 2a. Guys, for divisibility the remainder has to be 0, right? So this should not depend on x value. So here b minus 2 has to be 0. At the same time c minus 2a should also be 0. So b is 2. So b has to be 2. So definitely b has to take the value 2. So c is equal to 2a. Now guys, c and a are dependent on each other. So you fix values of a, then c values get fixed. So put a is equal to 1, 2, 3, so on till c takes its maximum value, which is 20. So it should stop at it. So the moment you fix a, c value is also fixed and b value is anyway fixed. So we have 10 such polynomials. Once again, good question from cubic polynomial as well as PNC, basic math divisibility rules. Very good question. But once again, too many such questions are there in this paper, so it is going to be slightly lengthy. So you have to be very careful to select certain questions which are easy. Yeah, once again, very good question. G of x is equal to 3x square plus 2x minus 3. More of fundamentals, guys. Here 4 into g of f of x is equal to 3x square minus 32x plus 72. Guys, see, g is a quadratic, and see guys, after putting f of x, g is still quadratic. You getting it? So g of f of x, if you take any polynomial, if you take it as linear or quadratic or cubic, based on that the powers might get increased. But g of x being quadratic, after substituting f of x in place of x, we are still getting a quadratic expression. This implies f is a linear polynomial. It's a linear polynomial. And by very basic supervision, you can definitely tell, if you observe basic observation, g of f of x is 3 by 4 of x square minus 8x plus 18. As you can clearly see, earlier the leading coefficient was 3, now also the leading coefficient was 3, and now there is a by 4 here, which clearly indicates f of x leading coefficient will be by 2, because the leading coefficient here 3 did not change after substituting f of x, and then there is 4 in the denominator, so 2 plus some constant b, okay, and it is given f of 0 is equal to minus 3, so b value will be minus 3. We got f of x. What is f of x? X by 2 minus 3. This is f of x. Now what is he asking us to find? F of g of 2. Guys, what is g of 2? G of 2 is equal to 4 into 3, 12 plus 4 minus 3, which is 13. Now you need to find f of 13. What is f of 13? 13 by 2 minus 3, and which is 7 by 2. Very good question. Once again, a very nice standard question. People who are very strong with basics only can do this in short time. All others have to find that logic, and it might take some time. So okay, so final answer will be 7 by 2. We'll move on to the next question. Yeah, so that's it guys. We have this many questions right now. We'll see more questions in the next round. Okay.
Now moving to chemistry.
So here we are with the next question. Given below are two statements, statement 1, statement 2. So what does this statement 1 says? Among XeF4, BF4 minus and SF4, the species having equal mx bond lengths are XCF4 and BF4 minus. Well, that is correct क्योंकि xenon has all these bond lengths are equal. When we talk of BF3 negative, this coordinate is ultimately behaving as a normal sigma. So, yes, all the bond lengths are equal. First two compounds give the condition correctly. SF4. Now, what is this SF4? Now, SF4, if you remember, there is a distorted tetrahedron in this, right? The lone pair is there. There are two fluorine like this, and the two fluorine are like wedge dash positioned. I hope all of you remember this SF4. So, two SF bond lengths are of one size, whereas the rest two are of different size. So, this particular is 164.6 picometer, and these which I have placed on wedge dash are 154.5 picometer. It is a seesaw shaped structure. So, let us go back to this particular among XCF4, BF4, XCF4 and BF4 have equal mx bond length, we agreed, and SF4 do not have, we agree. So, this statement is true. This can't be our answer, this can't be our answer. Second statement, both O2 minus, O2 2 minus and F2 and O2 plus. Okay. The highest bond order is for F2 and O2 minus. Anything that has minus cannot have the highest bond order. It is the number of bonding electron minus number of anti-bonding electron upon 2. In fact, among these the highest bond order is of O2 plus. So, this statement is false. So, this can't be our choice. Answer is option number 1. Answer is option number 1 for this statement from bonding. A good question, though easy, but a good question. Moving to next question, biomolecules. Biomolecules, that too amino acid sequencing has been asked. Okay. Here we have just the question. On the next slide, we have all these options. Now, the question is, in the given polypeptide, why is the essential amino acid present? The correct representation of Y and the name of amino acids in the correct sequence in polypeptide is. Now, correct sequence, so you have to identify the name. Okay, you have to identify what is the name of these all amino acids are. Let us check. First amino acid NH2CH CHOH COH. This part is our first amino acid. This is threonine. Okay. Second amino acid NH CHOH CO, this part. Okay. This is our next amino acid. This is serine, abbreviated as SER. Threonine is symbolized as THR. Next amino acid is NHCHCH3COOH. Now, this is our alanine, ALA, right. Similarly, moving to next NHCHCH2SH COOH. Okay. I am indirectly considering that you are familiar with these peptide linkages to be broken. When I am talking what is an amino acid, I am mentioning COH so that you identify what amino acid is there. Okay. After the fission of this peptide linkage, this is cysteine, CSY is what we will search for. Now, there are only 2 acidic amino acid in the entire naturally available amino acid. One of them is aspartic acid. Aspartic acid, which is ASP. Last is the famous one, the smallest amino acid, which is glycine, GLY we will be looking for. Now, let us go to the option. in the given polypeptide chain. So, what we are looking for now is threonine bonded to serine, then to alanine, then to cysteine, then to aspartic acid, then to glycine. This sequence we are looking in the options. Okay. Now, when we go to options, this I will eliminate because they are starting with serine. That is not what we are having. So, threonine in 3 option, serine in all 3 again, but next it has to be ALA, not cysteine. Let us leave this option. So, only first and fourth are now in race. Alanine, after alanine we want CSY, cysteine. So, this is the one. Here it is aspartic acid. Cysteine ke baad aspartic acid and then glycine. So, answer for this question should be first option. Okay. So, what answer we are looking for? Let us conclude one more time. These are the important questions: threonine, serine, alanine, cysteine, aspartic acid and glycine. This is the combination we want, and thus we select option first. Okay. Moving to next question, which of the following reaction is correctly matched? We are asked correctly matched with the product. And see, again there is famous name reaction, Hoffman bromamide. Okay. It is a step down reaction. We have one carbon decreased. So, first option CH3CONH2 is treated with bromine and KOH. So, we will have CH3NH2. Oh, that is a right answer. It seems that then answer should be first. Okay, we will conclude later. Let us move to second, same reactant, but the product is not decreasing the carbon. That is not what Hoffman bromide will give. Second is wrong. Okay. So, moving to third, what could be the third one? Third is CH3CN and LiAlH4. So, it is CH3CH2NH2, but they are here decreasing the carbon. This can't be the answer. Fourth, CH3NC is reduced by LiAlH4. Then the answer is CH3NHCH3. Answer should have been a 2-degree amine, where here it is a primary amine. Here carbon count is not matching. So, anyhow 2, 3 and 4 are wrong answers. Correct answer is the first option. Agreed? Moving to next question, that is match the column 1 showing compounds. In column 1 some compounds are being shown with column 2 showing suitable test for that compound. Okay, let us do. The first test is iodoform test. Well, iodoform is a methyl ketone combination. This is suitable for methyl ketone. We expect S to give choice A. Fine. Any other one who can give this test? Well, not here. Okay. So, so A is matching only with S. B, 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine test, that is the Brady's reagent, right? This is also known as Brady's reagent test. And whosoever, oh, this will give, very well, this will give, and this too will give. So, B is like in all of the list 1 compounds, it will come. Okay, wonderful. Moving to C, tolerance test. It is a test for aldehyde, not for ketones. So, this C will go for Q, C will go for R. P and S are ketones. Ketones do not give tolerance test. Next comes the Fehling. Fehling is also the test for aldehydes, but very important point, aromatic aldehydes fail to give Fehling test. right? And Q, yes, being an aldehyde, we might expect to give filling, but it is an aromatic aldehyde, so it will not give, whereas this will give. So, final conclusion, P should be matched with only B, only B. So, I have only choices first, second and third. First, second and fourth, option 3 delete, not acceptable for us. Q, B and C, and if so, only this option has B and C. Well, if this option has B and C, so our choice has to be option 1. Let us conclude others also. R should be B, C, D, yes, and S has to be A, B, perfect, right. So, overall conclusion for this is again option number 1. Good question, I'd say, because it is covering so many number of reagents, right. So, that brings us to the closure of these questions.
Let's see some other questions from mathematics.
Hi, welcome back. Some more questions we are going to discuss. Out of all those, the first one is, let 3 unit vectors are a bar, b bar and c bar such that mod a bar minus b bar whole square plus mod b bar minus c bar whole square plus mod c bar minus a bar whole square is equal to 9. Then the value of natural number k such that mod 2a bar plus kb bar plus kc bar whole square is equal to 9. The problem is related to the vectors and the magnitudes, and especially this type of problems are frequently we found in our material also. The first one, the given condition is mod a bar minus b bar whole square plus mod b bar minus c bar whole square plus mod c bar minus a bar whole square is equal to 9. Now, we have the formula for mod a bar minus b bar whole square. Applying that formula, mod a bar square plus mod b bar square plus 2 times of a bar dot b bar plus similarly mod b bar square plus mod c bar square plus 2 times of b bar dot c bar plus mod c bar square plus mod a bar square minus 2 times of c bar dot a bar is equal to 9. Now here also they are very clearly mentioned a bar minus b bar whole square. So it is minus mod a bar square plus mod b bar square minus 2 times of a bar dot b bar plus mod b bar square plus mod c bar square minus 2 times of b bar dot c bar plus mod c bar square plus mod a bar square minus 2 times of c bar dot a bar is equal to 9. Now, a bar, b bar and c bar are unit vectors. So, the unit vectors means you know that the magnitude of each vector is 1. So, this mod a bar square plus mod b bar square plus mod b bar square plus mod c bar square plus mod c bar square mod a bar square. This becomes 6. 6 minus 2 times of a bar dot b bar. We have the formula a bar dot b bar is equal to mod a bar mod b bar cos alpha, where alpha is the angle between a bar and b bar vectors plus mod b bar mod c bar cos beta plus mod c bar mod a bar into cos gamma is equal to 9. Now from this, here alpha, beta and gamma are the angles between a bar b bar c bar and c bar a bar. Then this becomes minus 2 times of mod a bar is 1, mod b bar is 1. Hence this becomes as cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to 6, or from this cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to minus 9 minus 6 is equal to 3. This is So this becomes as minus 3 by 2. Cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to minus 3 by 2. Cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to minus 3 by 2. Now what they are asking, mod 2a bar plus kb bar plus kc bar whole square is equal to 9. Then the value of k they asked, that is mod 2a bar plus kb bar plus kc bar whole square is equal to 9 is given. Now from this we have the formula directly applying 4 times of mod a bar square plus k square times of mod b bar square plus k square times of mod c bar square plus 4k times of a bar dot b bar plus 2 times of k square into b bar dot c bar plus 4k times of c bar dot a bar is equal to 9. Now we simplify this one using mod a bar square. Mod a bar square is equal to 1. That means this becomes 4 plus k square plus k square plus 4k into cos alpha, because a bar dot b bar is equal to cos alpha plus 2k square into cos beta plus 4k into cos gamma is equal to 9. Now from this 2k square plus 4k times of cos alpha plus cos gamma plus 2k square times of cos beta is equal to 5. This one is equal to 5. Now here to get the k value we want cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. Now from the given, it is memory based, there may be some data insufficient. Suppose if we are assuming that cos alpha is equal to cos beta is equal to cos gamma, then we get this one is equal to minus 1 by 2, because of cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to minus 3 by 2. Hence by using cos alpha is equal to cos beta is equal to cos gamma, we get each one is equal to minus 1 by 2. We are substituting here, that is 2k square plus 4k into minus 1 by 2 plus minus 1 by 2 minus 1 plus 2k square into minus 1 by 2 is equal to 5. Now the simplification of this one, by simplifying this one, 2k square, this 2 is cancelled, 2k square minus k square becomes as k square minus 4k minus 5 is equal to 0. Now by factorizing this one, k minus 5 into k plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore k is equal to 5 or k is equal to minus 1. So here if all the angles between pairwise the angles between the vectors are the same, then we get k is equal to 5. We get k is equal to 5 here. K is equal to 5. The level of the problem is simple, easiest one. Next one. The common difference of AP, A1, A2, A3 and so on, AM is 13 times the common difference of AP, B1, B2, B3 and so on, BN. Also, A78 is 327, B43 is minus 385, B31 is minus 277, then A1 is equal to they are asking. Problem is related to the sequence and series. Already we discussed one of the problem related to the series, that is exponential series, but it is related to the AP. Already we are very familiar with the AP formula. So using the AP formula, one by one we are going to solve here. That is the difference, the common difference of AP, the first AP is given. The first AP. Suppose D1 is the common difference of first AP. Let D1 be the common difference of first AP. Let D1 be the common difference of the first AP and D2 be the common difference of second AP. Then the relation between these two is given. The common difference of the first AP is, that is D1 is equal to 13 times of D2. D1 is equal to 13 times of D2 is given. Next, A78 is given. Since A78 is equal to 327, that is, this can be written as the first term of the first AP is A1. A1 plus 77 D1 is equal to 327. This is equation number 1. Next, B43 is given. B43 is equal to minus 385. Minus 385. So, here in the second AP, the first term is B1. B1 plus 42 times of D2 is equal to minus 385. Equation number 2. Next, B31 is given. B31 is equal to minus 277. B31 means B1 plus 30 D2 is equal to minus 277. Equation number 3. Now it is very clear by solving 2 and 3. By solving 2 and 3, we get first D2. That is, by subtracting the two equations, D2 is equal to, we get D2 is equal to, that is 42 minus 30. 42 minus 30 means 12 D2. 12 D2 is equal to, 12 D2 is equal to minus 385 plus 277 is equal to minus 108. So from this, D2 is equal to minus 108 by 12 is equal to minus 9. D2 is equal to minus 9. From 2, we get the B1 value. Now B1 is equal to minus 385 plus 42 into 9. By simplifying, B1 is equal to 36, 718, 378, minus 7. Minus 7. B1 is equal to minus 7 and D2 is equal to minus 9. Now, from this, we get the D1. So, D1 is equal to 13 into minus 9. Therefore, D1 is equal to, here D1 is equal to 13 into 9 minus 117. Minus 117. D1 is equal to minus 117. We want A1. Now I am using equation number 1. From 1, A1 plus 77D is equal to, A1 plus 77D is equal to 327. Now from this, A1 is equal to 327 minus 77 into D1. We have the D1 value. D1 is equal to minus 117. Minus 117. Now you simplify, we get the A1 value. A1 is equal to, by simplifying this one, 9336. 9336. It is the A1. It takes some time. Moderate problem. Next, go to the next problem. Let S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let small x be the number of 9-digit numbers formed by using the digits of the set S such that only one digit is repeated and it is repeated exactly twice. Let y be the number of 9-digit number formed by using the digits of the set S such that only 2 digits are repeated, and each of these repeated exactly twice, then the relationship between x and y they are asking. Now observe here. Observing the problem, there are two types of arrangements of 9-digit numbers. X represents the number of 9-digit numbers formed by using the digits of the set S such that only one digit is repeated, and it is repeated exactly twice. So we want 9-digit number. It can be formed by using 9 digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and out of all those only one digit is repeated exactly 2 times. So to write the exactly 2 times one of the digit, first we are selecting one of the digit from the 9 digits. That is, to find the x, first we are selecting one of the digit that can be written in the required number 2 times. That is, it can be done in 9C one ways. Now from the remaining 8 digits, we can select only 7 digits. Because by selecting the 7 digits, the previously we selected one of the digit, it can be repeated 2 times, and the selected 7 digits can be used. That is, total 9 digits can be arranged. That is, it can be done in 8C 7 ways into, now the total number of digits we have 9, that is 1 is repeated and 7 are distinct. Total 9. 9 can be arranged in 9 factorial by 2 digits are repeated, hence it can be 2 factorial. This is the value of x. Now we are going to simplify this one, that is equal to 9 into 8c7 is 8 into 9 factorial by 2. That is, x is equal to 4 times of 9 into 9 factorial. 4 times of 9 into 9 factorial, or 9 into 9 factorial is equal to x by 4. I am using this one in the next calculation, that is y. Now y is also in the same manner. We are going to calculate y is equal to, in this case y represents the number of 9-digit numbers formed by using the same digits, but 2 digits are repeated exactly twice. That's why first I am going to choose 2 digits out of 9 in 9C 2 ways, and from the remaining, that is, from the remaining means 7 digits are there. From the remaining 7 digits, we are choosing 5 only. It can be done in 7C 5 ways into the selected numbers. Total 9 can be arranged in 9 factorial by 2 digits are repeated twice. That's why 2 factorial into 2 factorial. Now we are going to simplify this one. This one is equal to 9C2 means you know that 9 into 8 by 2 into 7C5 is same as that of 7C2. That is 7 into 6 upon 2 into 1 into 9 factorial upon 4. Now observing 4 into 2, 8 is cancelled. Here 2 into 3 is cancelled. Now this is equal to 21 times of 9 into 9 factorial. This 9 into 9 factorial is replaced with x by 4. That is, y is equal to x by 4. 9 into 9 factorial is repeated x by 4 into 21. So from this, 21x is equal to 4y. 21x is equal to 4y. Observing the options, the third option is right. 21x is equal to 4y. Problem is related to the permutations and combinations. It is the combination of selection and the arrangement of the digits. Moderate problem. Next one. Let A is equal to matrix 12 minus 5, 10, 6, comma, B into x1, x2 is equal to 12 minus 6, such that B is equal to I plus A whole inverse. Then x1 minus x2 is equal to, they are asking. Problem is related to the matrices. It is very clear. and they asked the second order equations, second order matrix equation related to the second order matrix equation, and it involves the inverse matrix also. First of all, observing the given matrix equation is, here the given matrix equation, B into matrix x1 x2 is equal to 12 minus 6, whereas B is equal to, where B is equal to I plus A whole inverse. That means B is invertible matrix. Now from this, B inverse is equal to I plus A, whereas A is given and I is a second unit matrix, second order unit matrix. So here B into x1 x2 is equal to 12 minus x. So from this x1 x2 is equal, I am going to pre-multiply with B inverse. Here we get B inverse into 12 minus 6. 12 minus 6 it is. 12 minus 6. Now we are going to simplify this one. That is, B inverse is I plus A is equal to I plus A into the matrix is 12 minus 6, where I plus A is equal to, whereas A is equal to 12 minus 5, 10, 6. So I plus A is equal to 13 minus 5, 10, 7. This is I plus A. 13 minus 5, 10, 7. So therefore, matrix x1, x2 is equal to I plus A matrix is 13 minus 5, 10, 7 into 12 minus 6. Now by simplifying this one, this is matrix multiplication. You know, we are multiplying row and column wise. So 13 12s plus 5 6s. This becomes as 186, and 10 into 12, 120 plus minus 42. 120 minus 42, 78. So from this we get the x1 and x2 values. X1 and x2 values, where x1 is equal to 186 and x2 is equal to 78. They asked for the x1 minus x2. x1 minus x2. x1 minus x2 is equal to, it is 801, 108. x1 minus x2 is equal to 108. So option B is right. Option B is right. It is moderate problem. It takes hardly 2 minutes. Next, move on to the next problem. Let a line L strictly, that is x plus 2 root y minus 4 is equal to 0, cuts x-axis and y-axis at A and B respectively. Consider an equilateral triangle ABC such that 0, 0 is the orthocenter of triangle ABC. If C belongs to alpha, beta, then mod alpha plus root 2 beta value they are asking. Now problem is related to the straight lines, and especially related to the triangles concept. It is an equilateral triangle ABC. To get the A coordinates, the line equation is L is x plus 2 root 2y minus 4 is equal to 0, where x-axis cuts the line at point A. That means y is equal to 0. Put y is equal to 0. By substituting y is equal to 0, x is equal to 4. That means A coordinates are 4, 0. Similarly, the line intersects or the cuts the y-axis at B. So, to get the B coordinates, put x is equal to 0. By substituting x is equal to 0, y is equal to, this becomes as 4 by 2 root 2. It implies B is equal to 0, root 2. 0, root 2. And C point coordinates, they are clearly mentioned. C is equal to alpha, beta, where triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. Since ABC is an equilateral triangle, an equilateral triangle. ABC is an equilateral triangle. For equilateral triangle, we know that the centroid, the orthocenter, the circumcenter, all are coincide. So here centroid I am representing with G. G is equal to orthocenter H is equal to 0, 0 is given. G means you know that centroid is very easy to find. That is the average of the x coordinates of the vertices and the average of the y coordinates of the vertices. That is 4 plus alpha by 3 is equal to 0 and root 2 plus beta by 3 is equal to 0. Now by simplifying this one, we get alpha is equal to minus 4 and beta is equal to minus root 2. Alpha is equal to minus 4 and beta is equal to minus root 2. Alpha and beta. Now they asked for mod alpha plus root 2 beta. Mod alpha plus root 2 times of beta is equal to mod minus 4 plus 2 times of root 2 times of minus root 2 is equal to 6. 6 is the answer for this. 6. Problem is related to the straight lines and intercept form of the straight line involved here, and equilateral triangle concept is involved and the properties of the equilateral triangle, but problem is moderate. Problem is moderate. Next one. Integral 1 minus 5 cos square x upon sin x whole to the power of 5 cos square x dx is equal to f of x plus c. Then f of pi by 4 is equal to, they are asking, maybe it has the options. We don't get those options. Now we try to simplify this one. That is, for the solution, f of x plus c, where c is the constant of integration, I think here. So integral, I am writing this one as 1 by sin x whole to the power of 5 into cos square x dx minus 5 times of integral cos square x, integral cos square x by sin x whole to the power of 5 into cos square x dx. Now it is very clear here, cos square x gets cancelled. Now I am writing this one as integral secant square x by sin x whole to the power of 5 dx minus 5 into integral 1 by sin x whole to the power of 5 into dx. Now on the first integral, it is very easy to find the integral of secant square x dx. That's why I am applying the by parts on the first integral. That is, this becomes as 1 by sin x whole to the power of 5 into integral secant square x dx becomes as tan x minus integral, the derivative of 1 by sin x whole to the power of 5 becomes as minus 5, that becomes plus 5 times of sin x whole to the power of minus 6 into sin x derivative is cos x into integral secant square x dx becomes as tan x into dx minus 5 times of integral 1 by sin x whole to the power of 5 into dx. Now here observing and plus c we are writing here. Now by simplifying, the integral 5 into sin x whole to the power of minus 6 cos x into tan x dx is same as that of 5 times of integral 1 by sin x whole to the power of 5 dx. Both are cancelled. So this becomes as tan x by sin x whole to the power of 5 plus c. Therefore, f of x is equal to tan x by sin x whole to the power of 5. Now they asked for f of pi by 4. F of pi by 4 is equal to tan of pi by 4 by sin of pi by 4 whole to the power of 5. That is 1 by root 2 whole to the power of 5. Now this is equal to 4 root 2. 4 root 2 is the answer. Related to the indefinite integration, this problem, and by parts. So the problem is moderate. Thank you.